son Larry Bowser, daughters Robin Houghton, Carla Franconi and her husband Tom. Grandchildren Matt Sanders, Tessa Frash, Hunter Barnes, Jill Bowser, Claire Bowser, and Jillian Houghton. Representing the Collis family is daughter Elaine Collis, son-in-law Ernie Lyles, and grandsons John and Keith Lyles.
John Robinson, bullshit thing. What do you need those kinds of guys?
John Madden.
John Madden. But then when you came to Bakersfield College games, and you see Coach Bowser standing outside.
Captains for today's game for the visiting Golden West Wrestlers. Number 5, Noah Vallejo. Number 13, Colin Payne. Number 42, Kane Elroy. And number 70, Ben Felatoy. Captains for the Renegades. Number 7, Julian Smith.
And
number 29, Jalen Hankins.
From a stature standpoint, he wasn't a huge man. But when you start rolling off his accomplishments, his bigger-than-life personality. I mean, he was one of the surviving players on the same team with John Madden. No surprise his name is synonymous with football at a certain level, because those two genius minds, I'm not very surprised to see our success 30 years ago and how it developed based on the family tree of football that he came from under Coach Collis and having teammates like John Madden.
Yeah, Coach Collis, I've heard, just there's so many stories about Coach Collis, and me being a baseball guy, and walking up to that field for a couple of seasons and seeing that name up there. I never got to meet Coach Collis until after I played baseball here, and I got to know him through my uncle Jesse, who played for a couple of seasons here, and him as a member at the Bakersfield Country Club. And
now entering the field, the Golden West Wrestlers.
I knew Coach Collis as a member of that. He larger than life. Two big men. They would always go down to junior college coaches in the entire nation, and we were lucky to have them here back-to-back here in Bakersfield. So we're going to take one quick timeout. We're going to get back here to Memorial Stadium for the kickoff of our season opener, 2024 football from the Bakersfield College Renegades right here on AM 1180, 96.1 FM, live stream, GoGames.com.
Get on your feet for the kickoff.
And we are back with Bakersfield College Renegades football. Rob Chavez alongside Bakersfield College Hall of Famer, I'm going to say it all season partner, Kenny Calvin, number 23. We are getting kicked off here. Golden West Wrestlers coming up from...
Back to receive for the Wrestlers, number 13, Colin Payne. And number 80, Bryce Whitley.
It should be a very exciting football game.
Kicking off for the Renegades, number 36, Jack Smith.
Over the past couple of years, Golden West has really done a fantastic job at handling this Bakersfield College team. They were 8-3 last season, 4-2 at home and 4 on home away. So we'll see how the kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback with no return. And that is one of the things that Coach Matt Alvarez, our kicking coach, that was going to be.
Fans, be sure to stay connected with Renegade Athletics on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Search GoGains Go to find us.
Kicking off for the Renegades.
Amazing kick by Smith, because we talked about that last night in one of my broadcasts. If you can have a weapon that can kick it to where you're getting touchbacks, that helps your defense. Go Gates.
So here we go. They're going to start their drive at the 25-yard line.
Come out to the shotgun double set pistol formation.
Looks like that's number 16, Will Burns, at quarterback for the Wrestlers. Timeout here by the officials. They get things set before the game. I know we were messing around with the name Wrestlers.
And shout out to our officials. I saw Mr. Landis downstairs. Talked about how tough it is to get some amazing crews. Good luck to those guys too.
Out of the shotgun. Ball's handed off. Cheers to the left. Going to be brought down.
Then up to number 9, Ben Walker.
By number
On the stop, number 11, Aaron Martinez.
Aaron Martinez.
Gain of 3 on the play, second down and 7.
It'll be second and 7 from the 28-yard line.
Golden West position of the team is very balanced, very talented. Shotgun double set.
Shotgun. Pressure from the backside, and there's going to be a sack. First one of the season. And we're going to have number 98, Logan Goodspeed. Somebody,
On the tackle, number
Coach
98.
Eric Duncan, who's standing at the 27-yard line, always on the line of scrimmage, right out there. He said, watch out for Logan Goodspeed. This
Rushing
kid
quarterback,
is
number
going
16,
to be
Will Burns.
that electrifying defensive lineman for the Renegades, and you can see where that electricity was right there on that sack. Loss of 8 on the play. 3rd and 15. Drop back. Pass is complete. Going to get up to about the 24-yard line.
First pass complete to number 9, Beck
Picks up
Walker.
about 4 yards, and it's going to
Forced down the bounce by number 12, Will Cannavalla.
Well, that previous play, there was a beautiful T.E. stuff, that tackle in that end, run that twist, and that was just a great job by Goodspeed. The name is very appropriate.
Back to receive for the Renegades, number 1, Mackay Smith.
Great job by that defense. Gotta love a 3 and out. They must know I'm up here.
So we got number 1, Mackay, don't call me Pfeiffer Smith, back deep to return. It's not going to be returned, and it's going to be touchdown right at midfield by the Rustlers. And this is a great
50-yard line. The Renegades will have it there, first and 10.
John out there with that bright yellow long sleeve shirt, starting his fourth full season here at Bakersfield College. And what we were talking about all last season was it finally felt like Coach Littlejohn, all the work that he was putting in to building this program back up to, really what the heritage was of this program. It was fun. We're finally seeing it. Hopefully that's what we're going to see this season. First opportunity, we see number 17, Vincent Igoa, fakes the handoff to Hankins, and then he tosses it on a nice little pass out to number 2, Jacoby Pointer.
Pass from number 17, Vincent Igoa to number 2, Jacoby
I love
Pointer.
the fact that we're trying to do
On the
things
tackle, number
differently,
25.
catch them off guard. We're not just going to come out and run the ball on first down. Do some things to play a little chess match.
Gain of 9 on the
Short for
play.
the Renegades. Shotgun spread.
Second down and 1.
So now we've got 2nd and 1 from the Rustlers 41. Great field positioning to start off the game because we've got Pointer in motion. Igoa out of the shotgun, rolls to his right, looks up, and his pass is going to be intercepted.
Igoa's pass broken up on the play by number 8, Jaden Jackson.
For number 8, Jalen Richmond.
Third down.
It looked like he telegraphed that, partner, without even reading what's happening, because you have a linebacker or DB underneath and a safety over the top. That's a ball that you want to throw high and out of bounds. If anything, he threw that short, we got bailed out.
Now we got 3rd and 1. Igoa once again out of the shotgun. We got a deep back, number 21, Antonio Hackler. Excuse me, that's number 31. Bubba Nettles. Bubba's going to get up. And this was the other guy that Coach Ken Chapman
Head up to number
was
31,
talking
Bubba
about.
Nettles.
Bubba comes from Texas.
Hey, you gotta love a running back.
On the stop, number 29,
I know you saw Friday Night Lights.
Nigel Mills.
So pick up a
First
5
down,
yards.
Renegades at the 36-yard line.
Renegades first down, the first of the season. Ball's going to be at the 36-yard line of the Rustlers. 12:51 remaining in the first quarter, just getting started. Renegades got a 3 and out from Golden West, got the ball right at the 50. Now they're driving. Igoa's pass is tipped, but it is still picked up by Jalen Richmond. But Richmond's going to
Igoa's pass complete to number 8, Jalen Richmond.
But not too sure.
On the stop, number 29, Nigel Mills.
Said that was a backwards pass or forward pass. So
Loss of 3 on the play. Second down and 13 at the 36-yard line.
34-yard line, and that was very
Correction,
close.
the 39-yard line.
Anything in the official's hands. Second and long for the Renegades.
Loss of 3 back to the 39-yard line. Renegades trying to get to the 26 for another first down. Igoa out of the shotgun. Nettles, flag on the play. Nettles right up the middle, picks up about a yard and a half. We're going to see what this penalty is for.
Hand up to number 3, Isaac Quaylar.
Defensive line, but we will see
On the tackle, number 23.
Well, you know what it
Terry
is.
Heedy
You
Wolf.
watched the Ravens game the other night, illegal formation if a
Gain of
tackle
1
in
on
the
the play.
backfield. But that's only going to happen on a pass play. You got to assume that somebody was lined up in the
Approachment
zone,
defense,
and
number
that's
8
exactly
minus
what
the
it
neutral
is.
zone.
I love
5 yard
free
penalty.
money, man.
Play down.
Man, I'm telling you.
My kids probably
Give me my money.
they would clap. All right. Here we go. So now the ball's at the 33-yard line. Second and 8. Fox still has not moved from the previous look.
Full house backfield for the Renegades. This is a new formation that is very familiar for Coach Seth Dameron and the
Wishbone style.
former team he used
Second
to
down, 8 at the 34-yard line.
Not only we have Nettles, we have Hankins, but we also have David Smith, who's back in town.
Nice snap.
Nettles, ball carrier, and he bites. He got contact.
On the carry, number 31, Bubba Nettles.
Release forward about the 32.
On the stop, number 56. Brandon Solo.
This is going to be a bring up bounce. 36 situation right here. 32-yard line. Trying to get to 26.
And that's what you want, partner. You want makeable third down conversion opportunities. 3rd and 6 is what you work for all day.
Again, we have Nettles, Smith, Hankins. Big handoff. I go rolls to the right. Pass incomplete. So here we were. We didn't mention it before that snap.
I go his pass intended for number 8. Jalen Richmond falls
It's what we
incomplete.
call no man's land. The wind's in your face. But we see some personnel running on, and it does look like we're going to go ahead and go for a partner. So, when you have that 3rd and 6 range opportunity, it usually gives you the opportunity to go ahead and go for it in these field positions. Shotgun double set, 5 goal in the game.
Hankins
Oh,
on
and
the
we
backfield.
got a jump. This is a free play.
They didn't have a flag, but the pass is complete, and it's out of bounds for a
Vincent
first
goes
down.
pass complete to number 1, Makai Smith.
Gets the ball up to about the 21-yard
Forced out of bounds
line.
by number 29.
Okay, don't call me Fighter
Nigel
Smith with
Mills.
the crispy out route, but how about
First
the
down,
throw that
Renegades
going after these
at the
district
21-yard
guys?
line.
1st and 10 Renegades.
Good job right there by Makai, and also getting out of bounds, making sure that we've got an opportunity to set this thing up. Fresh clock, ball at the 21-yard line, 1st and 10.
Trips open set. It's a 40 even front.
Just under 11 minutes to play in this first quarter. I go out of the shotgun. Rolls to his right. His pass is going to be complete. Out of bounds again. This time it's number 82, Mason Tapia.
I go his pass complete to number 82, Mason Tapia.
Receivers to cover in high school. How about this
Forced out of
kid
bounds at the
makes
20-yard
plays
line.
that
Pick up
look
a
like
1 on the
Sunday
play.
night.
Second down and 9.
So that was number 8, Jaden Jackson, defensive back, tackle for the Rustlers. And the Rustlers are coming in again. Break very high last year. Ended up breaking.
We let him off the field last year. We already
Big handoff to Hankins, and he's going to take it himself. He's going to run it out of bounds. He's going to be inside the 15-yard line.
Vincent I go on the quarterback keeper, forced out of bounds by number 23,
Set up a
Terry Heedy Wolf.
And now again, with the kicking game being improved, is what Coach Alvarez is saying.
Pick up a 5 on the play.
Here, we want
3rd down and 3
There's a couple of different
at the
options.
14-yard line.
Right, because you want to make sure you get points over here. We need
See that cannon over there, right under the iconic BC in the white circle, facing to the northeast. Beautiful red, white, and blue flag right above it. We get another handoff. Igoa with pressure. He rolls out. Oh, and the helmet is ripped off, and this is going to be an unnecessary roughness, I'm assuming, on the defensive back, or as far as the defensive lineman. As Igoa's helmet.
Penalty marker thrown at the 23-yard line.
Clock stops at 9:55. And right there, you've got to love the aggressiveness of the defensive lineman right there. That is going to be something where West is going to get first down
end of the run, resulting in a
Right, and you can't tackle the hand. You have to tackle the body. People are probably saying, well, hey, he's not passing it. He's a runner. Even though he's a runner, you can't tackle the hand. You have to tackle the body. And that's what we call there. It's very unfortunate because that
First and goal, Renegades at the 10-yard line.
In this moment, not everyone has to sound. My microphone. The ball is handed off to David Smith. Talk a little bit about David Smith. David Smith.
Hand off to number 22, David Smith.
Goes down to Santa Barbara College last year.
On the tackle, number 23, Terry Wolf. And number 58, Ryan Sisk.
Maybe go back up to Bakersfield, my hometown, and play in front of dad.
One of my favorite moments of that night was how excited he was to tell us.
Second down and goal at the 7-yard
He still
line.
had his San Bernardino or Santa Barbara jersey on, telling us, "Hey, I'm coming back home next year."
His dad, David Smith, class of '96 for East Bakersfield High School, second leading rusher in the county that year. Coach Van Horn's offense.
Here on a rich day.
timeout.
Timeout. The Renegades going to get them some opportunity to take our first timeout of the game. Again, we got like
That's today's game.
right. We are back. Second and goal from the 7-yard line. I go with David Smith in the backfield. Pass out to Smith. Smith has a little bit of room. He's headed for that pylon, but he's forced out of bounds right at about the 3-yard line. Good pursuit by the defensive backs from.
I goes pass complete to number 22, David Smith. Forced out of bounds by number 23, Terry Wolf.
On that tackle.
Third down and goal at the 3-yard line.
Now it looks like we've got a big set, jumbo set that's coming out here with a third and goal from the 3-yard line. And like you said, they won 7 points right here.
Yeah, because this is what you work for if you coach Castro on the offensive line.
High formation, number 39, Christian Morse was the fullback on that. And we got a pass in the end zone for a touchdown. Number 8, Jalen Richmond on that side. Now again, we've talked about having that big set coming in, but one of the players that we didn't talk about before the game, and who I was told was having a great training camp, was number 8, Jalen Richmond, who had some amazing games towards the end of the season last year.
He was one of our go-to guys at third down receptions. And now that since we don't have D'Amato to talk about like we did last year, it's nice to see him get
This big kick is good.
Extra point is good by number 52, High's Evan Siffing. 8:17 remaining in the first
Touchdown pass from Vincent Aguilar to number 8, Jalen Richmond. 8:17 left to go in the first. And number 20, Hideo Ray. Kicking off number 36, Jack Smith.
We are back live for the kickoff after Renegades touchdown and extra point, 7-0. Bakersfield College in a big kick right there. It's number 36, Jack Smith, who's had 2 big kicks. And again, Coach Alvarez got to give.
Fans, KGT TV is a proud sponsor of Renegade Football. 17 News, working in the spirit of the Golden Empire.
And I'm going to go ahead and say this. You keep doing that, you're going to end up being my player of the game.
Okay, because of the field position. We talked about this during the break, was that this is how you do it to a team like this. Get them right in the mouth, right?
Absolutely. Renegades in a 40-even front.
Oh, handed off to number 9, a big hit behind the line of scrimmage.
And off to number 9, Beck Walker brought down at the backfield by number 46.
Who was on the other side of Logan Bowers all last year. It looks like he
Loss of 5 yards on the play, second down and 15.
Miles had some amazing games last year for us defensively. Great job getting inside to get some depth in the backfield, but not losing containment.
That's going to be a loss of 5, second and 15. On the 20-yard line. Just about 7.5 minutes away.
down at 2
backside
at
guy.
the 33-yard line.
Amazing job by that offensive line. Good tackle by the defense there too.
Smith on that tackle. Stops after it picks up 13-yard, 3rd and 2. Big 3rd down right here for the defense. Ball's headed off up the middle. And it looks like it's going to be enough for the first.
And up to number 22, Aaron Mitchell.
22 Aaron Mitchell.
On the tackle, number 11, Aaron Martinez.
They're showing a lot of what they did last year.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Last year,
Wrestler 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. On the quarterback keeper, number 16, Will Burns. Brought down by number 12, Will
One
Catanella.
thing we have to do is be disciplined with our eyes
Gain of
and
8 on the
rushing
play.
as a defensive line, because we see we're going to have to deal with a mobile quarterback as well. You can't just rush blindly. Extend the arms, get the eyes up. 2nd and short for the Russell. Great play in the backfield. Boom.
And up to number 9, Ben Walker.
They're on fire right there.
Brought down in the backfield by number 46, Miles Poole. Loss of 1 on the play.
That's an
3rd down and 3 at the 43-yard line.
Momentum stopper for an offense that feels like they have some rhythm. You break that rhythm, you give your defense the opportunity to get some rest. 3rd and 3.
Loss of a yard right there. Nice tackle for a loss right there for the whole 2nd of the game. Aaron Martinez never lost his helmet, had to come off the field. Out of the shotgun. Play action pass. It's going to be short of the 1st down. I tell you, he had the 1st down on the
Burns'
catch.
pass complete to number 3, Robert Sarmiento.
And went backwards.
On the stop, number 21, Antonio Hackworth.
Tackle right there. They're going to go quick. 4th and 1. Here we go. It's going to be a push. They're going to stop him.
No way!
We're going to see.
No way!
We're going to see where this spot
That
is.
looks short to me, and I'm right on the line. I'm standing on the 46-yard
Number
line.
16, Will Burns on the quarterback keeper.
Will Burns goes up the middle.
Oh.
We're going to see where this spot is. The spot shows that he's right at about the 46.
He got it.
They had to get to the 46. At first thought, it was going to be short. But it's right at the 46, and he got just enough. 36
First down Russell to the 46-yard line.
Right, my right leg is on the 46, my left leg is on the 49. That was a great spot by the official. Nonetheless, 1st and 10. Pistol spread formation. We're going to West. They like to run power out of this set.
So Burns,
Great
RPO, good coverage right there by Hackworth, but not. There's a late flag right there coming from the side judge.
Extremely
About
late.
25 yards away from the play, and it's going to be a pass interference against
And I
Antonio
disagree.
Hackworth.
I disagree. That's an amazing job defending the inside as you're supposed
Pass
to be
interference
coached to do.
defense, number 21. The
And I'm
ball
going to
is
disagree with that, but I am about 700 yards away from the field, so I love that coverage.
4:13 remaining in the 1st quarter, and we've got Kenny Calvin's first official disagreement with the referee.
Hey, and I gave them all handshakes and hugs earlier and told them I'm proud of them. I know they're going to do a great job.
All right, out of the shotgun, Burns hands the ball off, goes left tackle, and he's stopped by number 93.
Hand up to number 9, Ben Walker.
Great job by Gonzalez.
On the stop, number 93, Jonathan Gonzalez.
Down, keeping that to a 1-yard game.
Gain of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 9.
But for the wrestlers, they're doing a great job finding some balance on the ground and mixing in some play action. They caught me off guard a couple of times.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the first game of the season for the Bakersfield College Renegades. Right here on AM 1180, 96.1 FM, and live streaming on GoGame.com. West quarterback Will Burns breaks out of the pocket, rolls to his right, and his pass is going to be incomplete. I see an official's hat off, which means that whether or not he caught that ball is going to be out of bounds.
Pass intended for number 3, Robert Sarmiento, defending on the play number 9, Tyler Lewis.
Daddy's a rapper, retired rapper.
Or that's San Joaquin Hip Hop.
He's on beat after Bakersfield. That's DJ Chalk. That's C-. Touring for Corn. After DJ for 20 years. Big crowd. Shotgun double set.
3rd and 9 for the Rustlers. 3:25 in the first. Burns steps up. He's got a lot of room to run. He's going to pick up. Oh, he's going to be close to the first down. Off the second hit. 3rd hit. He's breaking tackles. He's down the sideline. He's going for the pylon. And it looks like he's going to be stepped out of bounds at about the 7-yard line.
Number 16, Will Burns.
On that one play for an additional 35 yards.
One tackle, he didn't break at all. The DB closed his
Pushed
eyes.
out of bounds at the 7-yard line by number 0, James Hollis.
Example where you're breaking down
First
and you
down, goal.
He took a step outside and got 30 more yards after a whiff tackle by the DB. First and goal for the Rustlers.
Ball's handed off to number 22, Aaron Mitchell, who's in the
And
end.
up to number 22, Aaron Mitchell, for a Rustler touchdown.
Always excited about my DBs and coverage right there and embarrassed at the tackling as Julian Smith had him dead to rights. And again, he stops his feet. Dead feet means dead body. You stop your feet once you come up. And it gives you that one step inside, touchdown Rustlers.
Number 55.
Off for the extra point try, number 55, Fernando Mancia.
Attempt the extra point for Golden West.
That frustrates you as the Coach Thompson. Low snap.
Low snap, and that kick just
The
gets
kick is good.
40 remaining.
2:40 left to go in the first quarter. It's the Renegades 7, the Rustlers 7.
Here on the Renegade Football
Fans, today's
Network.
game is brought to you by Pepsi. Back to receive for the Renegades, number 29, Jalen Hankins.
Right, we are back here with Bakersfield College Renegades football. Bob Chavez, Kenny Calvin, Simon Julian Wilson, Jesse Sanchez up here on the Dameron deck. Beautiful Bakersfield College Memorial Stadium. The ball is finally going to be taken by number 1, Makai Smith. Smith's got a lot of room, and what a great return right there. Picked it up at about the 12. Taking it
On return, number 1, Makai Smith.
for Makai Smith.
Tackled by number 14, Daylon Brem.
Isaac Cuellar.
Cuellar. We gotta break out the Spanish right now.
The Renegades will start the series from their own 44-yard line, 1st and 10.
Tripping out on the British accent. Trust me, I'll break out the Spanish. Yeah.
Man, Robert, really did rob me to audition for
Here we go. Out of the shotgun. Back go up. With Hankins in the backfield. First carry of the season for Hankins. Gonna go for nothing.
And up to number 29, Jalen Hankins.
Number 99, David Sonny.
On the stop, number 99, Dylan Sonny. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10.
Speaking of Sonny, Sonny, high school state champion. Yeah.
all of our former Bakersfield.
Chance to talk about it. And I go up once again with Hankins to the right. Again, Hankins, this time he's going to pick up a nice chunk of yards. And he's inside.
Off the carry, number 29, Jalen Hankins. Tackled by number 42, Kane Elroy. Pickup of 9 on the play, 3rd down and 1 at the Western 47-yard line.
1,000 total yards. He's got some help this year.
He's got a lot of help. And again, I was talking to Coach Ken Chapman, who's got the running backs this year. So watch out for my running back.
Oh, got him.
Got free play. I go. It's going to look up. And his pass is going to be, oh, they're going to whistle it dead before that. I don't know if that was going to be an abated or if they're going to call this as movement on Bakersfield College.
Well, definitely didn't look like offensive movement, but again, we're far away.
Offsides defense.
You gotta let that play continue. You're stopping that play when that's a free play for the Renegades and a touchdown opportunity. But, you know, again, we talked about official getting warm too. This is an opening game. That'll be something that they'll talk about to the younger officials to remind them, hey, if that's live game action, you have to continue to allow that ball to play. We just took away a free play from the Renegades.
Back to Havens, 1,032 yards last year, all purpose. He picked up 8 yards last week. We've got David Smith in the backfield. There go David Smith with the carry. Whoa! Great. A great run right there.
After number 22, David Smith.
5'7", 210
On the
pounds.
stop, number 44.
On that first contact, just bounced right off the leg.
Oh my goodness, that looked like some prime George Jones right there.
Pick up
How
9 on
he
the
just
play.
lowered his shoulder and went head to head with that running back. And I'm gonna say something. When I went down for pregame, Smith was the most excited player on the field.
Second
All
down and
smiles,
one
all
for
you
the
saw
Renegades
was
at the
teeth
Rustler
and
28-yard
a
line.
red face mask. But he was grinning ear to ear and just hyped to be home, and you can tell how he's running. Second and short.
We're going to get to know Dave Smith Jr. from Cheshire Cat with that. Just that great. We got no time remaining on the clock. And
That's the end of the first quarter. The score, the Renegades
very
7, the
exciting
Rustlers
game
7.
on our season opener here at Bakersfield College Memorial Stadium. Renegades and Rustlers tied at 7. All right, we are back with second quarter action of Bakersfield College Renegades football. Renegades are driving. They have a 2nd and 1. I go with a backwards pass. We've got a Brad. We got a wide open receiver, and that's going to be a touchdown. Number 82, Mason Tapia. And who are we talking about? In that first drive was a guy that you said just showed out on Friday nights on the Current High Network. Mason Tapia from Frontier. Shout out to Coach Chris Bandy.
Wow, how about the throw by the Renegade?
That was Makai. Don't call me Viper Smith.
Oh my goodness, that was on the line with pressure in his
Point
face.
try number 52, Evan Siffing.
The man had pressure in his face and he threw it off his back foot.
Evan Siffing out to attempt the extra point. Hold, kick, and it is no good. Wide to the
The kick
left.
is no good.
It's going to be
14:33 left to go in the second quarter. It's the Renegades 13, the Rustlers 7.
Here on the Renegades
Fans, the second
audio
quarter is brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you get America's best tire warranty,
From up
a
here, we
60-day
saw
satisfaction
development because
guarantee,
you saw
plus
how
no hassle
deep
road
Makai
hazard
dropped
protection.
to get
Other
that
places make you
screen
pay
hit.
extra for that,
And right
but at
then,
Les Schwab,
you know
it's
you
included
have
with
to
every set of tires.
be conscious of
Visit
that
the friendly
as a
staff at
DB,
one of our
and
four
they
local Les
weren't
Schwab
ready.
locations right here in
With their eyes in the
Bakersfield. Or to learn more, go to
Great
LesSchwab.com.
But how about the
Les
play
Schwab
call by
Tires,
Coach
doing the right
Dameron
thing
and
since
Coach Carl
1952.
underneath me?
So I'm looking for Coach Dameron. I don't know if Coach Dameron is underneath us or if he's down on the field. Either way, I was looking to see whether or not those sleeves were rolled up to see where that play was coming from.
That was an amazing play call, and that's what I talked about last year. We have to give our edge guys an opportunity to
Back to
make
receive for the
plays.
Rustlers, number 13, Colin Payne.
Yes, I mean,
And
you
number
want to keep the
80,
game
Bryce
simple. You
Whitley.
can't protect, you can't pass protect, but that creativity catches guys off guard, and that was just an amazing play call.
Evan Siffing kicking off for the Renegades.
Mason Tapia, as soon as that safety bit,
Kicking off number 36, Jack Smith.
that center fielder came up, and that was it. So
I like the route by Tapia too, because it wasn't just a traditional fade. He was cutting across like he was going to block a backer and then spin back out towards the corner. That was an amazing route.
And how about this, partner? Jack Smith puts it in the end zone for the 3rd straight time, not giving the Rustlers any
Fans,
opportunity.
Rio Bravo Country Club is a proud partner of Bakersfield College athletics and golf programs. We invite you to visit and discover how we can make the Rio Bravo lifestyle complete.
The return game, and one thing that we know about Golden West, they have some athletes that can fly in their return game. You're basically nullifying that by kicking it all the way to the right. I love it. And I'm going to say this too. Last night I gave my top 5 artist positions And kicker was number one. Everybody thinks it's quarterback. I dare one of y'all to go out there and kick a 20-yard field goal right now.
Oh man. Can't wait until my cousin Matthew sitting right here next to Jesse, the kicker for the Valley champion East High School plays back in 2004. Is Josh Macon, first time we're gonna hear
Brought
Josh
down by
Macon
number 11,
play.
Aaron Martinez.
Josh making plays.
Another tackle for a loss right there.
Loss of 2 on the
defensive
play.
line. I can tell you this, besides that big play for Will Burns that went for about 30 yards, you know, this defense has been doing a really good job of eliminating that big hurtful play.
And what that is coach is calling a great game plan, because even in the drives that they were successful, those came off missed tackles.
Now we got Burns. He doesn't see anybody open, but he sees an opportunity to slide in for about a gain of 7 or 8. Gets the ball to the 32-yard line, so he's 3 yards short of the first down.
And that right there is a situation where you got to be smart as a quarterback and slide. But first downs are hard to come by. You want to try to get that if you're the wrestler. But
he started going into that slide. As soon as you start going into the slide, that's where they mark you down. It's not where your backside hits the ground.
Right. So now that's 3rd and 5. It could have been 3rd and short.
Aaron Martinez was credited for that as he was on the pursuit of Will Burns, Burns out of the shotgun. He looks quickly to his left on a quick slant route and goes to number 3. And it's going to be good enough for a first down. Robert.
Steelers pass complete to number 3, Robert Sarmiento. On the stop, number 9, Tyler Lewis.
Traffic, he knows he's going to take the hit from the safety who's coming right down the hill. Golden West.
Golden West with a first down.
Physical double formation, 40 in front.
So one of the big differences in last year's game was the 3rd down efficiency. Right now, Bakersfield College is winning that. As Burns rolls to his left, a little speed on that.
On the quarterback keeper, number 15, Camden Stigler.
Camden Stigler came in and ran that, so another quarterback.
Run out of bounds by number 98, Logan Goodspeed.
Taysom Hill to him.
Definitely faster than what I thought from the starting quarterback.
Gain of 2 on the play. Rustlers 2nd down and 8 at their own 43-yard line.
Pursuit of the defense to minimize that to a 3-yard run.
You see Will Burns, he's on the sidelines, got his helmet off, so Steiger's going to be in there. He shows that he can pass it as well, too, dumps it off. Oh! To Aaron Mitchell. And a big hit. Julian Smith coming up with that hit.
Aaron Mitchell.
The guy that had a chance to
Brought down by number 7, Julian Smith.
And I can tell you this, not only does he have the hit of the day, he probably has the best hair as well, too. He takes that.
Gain of 6 on the play. 3rd down and 2.
Man, that was
At the 49-yard line.
That running back was at full speed, and he just got smacked.
Down it, put him in a first down. Keeps him 2 yards short. They're on the Rustlers 49, trying to get to the Renegades 49.
Yes.
With 11:56 remaining in the second quarter.
What is that?
So now we got Stigler trying to get
No.
BC to jump off sides. He rolls to his left, and his pass is going to be picked off!
Let's get to the house.
That is number 0, Danny Johnson.
All right.
Comes up with that.
All right.
James
Number
Hollis.
0, Jaden Hollis.
I was already thinking of Danny Johnson last year.
But last year he had 0. Now he's wearing number 5. But little money man Hollis with the huge interception. I'm loving seeing that, because last year I was pretty tough on him in moments when he had some coverage lapses. Great to see him get a high stakes play in his first quarter.
Fantastic job right there to be able to jump that route. And here we go. That's the first turnover of the game. And again, what are some of the metrics that we're usually measuring games off of to see whether or not a team is dominant? It's who's going to win time of possession and the turnover battle. Am I right?
Absolutely. My coach, the late great Jimmy Red Parker, said the turnover battle is one of the most important factors.
So here we go. We got Nettles in the backfield. He's going to get the ball up the middle. He's going to pick up maybe 2 yards up to the 40-yard line.
Head up to number 31, Bubba Nettles.
How about this Renegade defense making plays?
On the stop, number 43.
Creating turnover.
Cameron
That's
Sanchez.
the best way to take out a team that you're supposed to
Pick
be
him up 2 on the play.
I don't even know if I remember us being called underdogs very much.
Renegade 2nd down and 8 at the Rustler 40-yard line.
See Coach Littlejohn in that bright yellow shirt right over there talking to his defense, giving him a lot of props. That is his forte, the defensive backs. That is what he's out there coaching.
Legend himself. The legend himself inspired me to play the position. Shotgun spread set.
Out of the shotgun, Nettles, once again. Nettles, first contact, and he goes about another 3 yards after it. Goes to about
And up to number 31, Brother Nettles.
Picks up another 2 yards.
On the stop, number 56, Brandon Solio.
Out of Escambia Academy High School in Alabama, because they were blitzing in that A gap, and he ran right through the A gap and gained 3 yards.
Gain of 2 on the play, 3rd down and 6 at the Rustler 38-yard line.
This is a big 3rd down right here in midfield. Again, one of those no man's land type of areas.
Right, so you just want to get some of it if you can't get all of it. No negative plays in this point.
Smith in the backfield. He gets the ball, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards to the 37, maybe 36. So
And after number 22, David Smith.
Bring up 4th and 5. What are we doing?
On the tackle, number 56,
That's why you
Brandon
run that play,
Solio.
because it's a positive yardage play, and it minimizes the
Gain of 1
opportunity
on the play,
of a sack
4th down and 5 for the
on the 3rd down
Renegades.
and taking you out of that range where you can have another opportunity. You know, with 4th and 5, this is a golden opportunity for the Renegades to capitalize off that turnover.
All right, here we go. 4th and 5. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. 9.5 minutes to play in the first half.
I'm not giving. Oh, got him.
We got a little movement. No flag on the play, but Igoa looks up top, and he's got Jalen Richmond, but Richmond was out of bounds. A little bit of hand jostling over
Pass
there.
intended for number 8, Jalen Richmond.
What happens out
Ruled incomplete.
there on the island?
Renegades will turn the ball over on downs.
Interior. I guess they can cross it to the threshold, but that looked like another free play opportunity, and why Igoa probably just threw that up.
Again, if any of you guys are listening on the live stream, I know we are having some difficulties on the radio side of things, so if you have anybody that's listening on GoGaze.com live streaming, let them know. Give them a link. So here we go. Pitch out to the right. It's going to be number 9. Beck Walker.
On to carry, number 9,
Brought down
Beck
by
Walker.
Number 12. First time we're going to hear Will
Brought down by number 12, Will
Generalao
Candelov.
had a lot of great plays, and remember, one of those games he was one of the defensive players.
Pick up a 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6 at the 41-yard line.
He's a wild man, and I heard he gets it from his dad. Trips over set.
Cannibaloff, 14 total tackles, 4 for loss, 2 sacks. Now
And up to number 9, Beck Walker.
big run by number 9.
On the tackle, number 0, Jaden
Brought
Hollis.
down by Jaden Hollis, who came up with that last interception right around the same area where he got that interception. Both trying to turn that into points. Weren't able to. 8:15 remaining.
Wrestler 1st and 10 at the Renegade 47-yard line.
I have like a little fan
We're not gonna cool that. This thing is.
New back, but Will Burns back in the game, and he keeps
On the quarterback
Picks
keeper,
up
number
about
16,
9
Will
yards
Burns.
to the 38-yard line.
Tackled by number 9, Tyler
Loving
Lewis.
this spread formation because they're getting what they want. And the option
Pick up 9 on the
it
play.
doesn't even look like there's anybody there to cover the quarterback or the pitch man.
Sorry about this. That's why we came over to try to take care of it.
Tyler Lewis on the tackle.
We got to get that fixed and quick.
ASAP. 3rd and 1, 2nd and 1, excuse me, for the Rustler. Ball's handed off this time to number 24, Kendrick Thomas. Thomas chucks and jives, gets out of bounds, forced out of bounds.
And up to number 24,
Antonio Hackett, but not before he
Kendrick
got
Thomas.
first down. About the 26.
on the stop, number 21, D'Antonio Hackworth.
We're giving up the edge way too easy, partner. Like, we're seeing running backs get outside the tackle, and there's
First
not a
and 10
defender
Rustlers
within
at the
3
Renegade
yards of them.
27-yard
That's not
line.
good.
13-7, just under 7 minutes to play in the first half. Renegades on top. Rustlers at the Renegades 27. Quick pass out to the left to number 3.
Pass complete to number 3, Robert Sarmiento.
Be brought down by number 21, Dan.
On the tackle, number 11, Aaron Martinez.
And Sarmiento kept those feet moving. Picked up
And number 21, D'Antonio Hackworth.
Very shifty guy that loves to get yards after the catch. Got to make sure he gets down. Great
Gave
job,
2 on the play, 2nd down and 8.
Give up 2-yard catch. Trips open set for the run.
Sarmiento out of San Diego, California. Down there.
Great job that time defending the inside run.
Stop by number 98. Logan, good speed. Your guy.
Oh yeah, good speed. 6'3", 260 out of Stockdale High School. Don't ask them boys what happened against the troops.
On the carry, number 9, Ben Walker, brought down by number 99, Joshua
Shout out to
Macon.
my drilling defense. They ain't been scored on all season. 3 straight games. They got about 100.
No gain on the play, 3rd down and 8.
Nothing. I don't care who you playing. That's amazing.
Now we got 3rd and 8, 5:40 to go in the first half. Burns rolls to his right. He does not have anybody open. He's going to have to go out of bounds, and he's forced out.
On the quarterback keeper, number 16, Will Burns.
Forcing him out at around the 19-yard line. So this is going to
Run
set
out of
up.
bounds by number 40, Jackson Provenstall.
And head coach Nick Mitchell does not look like he's looking anywhere for his kicker right now.
But now the kicker is going to be coming out.
I was about to say, because you're getting greedy. You only down 6 points. You better take 3s while you can.
He's got the wind going left to right. If you are the kicker, Mancia, and you are looking up at the iconic Bakersfield College logo facing northeast, you got the winds blowing north to south today.
A block in the scoop and score will be nice, though.
So number 53, Aaron Stock, out there to hold. And now
we got a delay again?
Penalty flag. Here we go.
Oh, do we got 12 in the huddle? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Delay game against Golden West is going to back them up 5 yards to the 24. So he's going to create a 41, maybe call it 42-yard attempt right here. No, Sarmiento's going to hold. He's going to keep it to a 7-yard snap instead of an 8. So 41-yard attempt right here. Sorry, not for Sarmiento, for Mancia. Stock with the hold. Mancia with the kick. It is up. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that is good.
That is a beautiful kick.
4:48 remaining in the first half. We're going to take a timeout as Golden West picks up 3 points, and they are down by 3 to the Renegades. 13-10 right here on Kern AM 1180, 96.1 FM, and live streaming on GoGades.com. All right, and we are back here at iconic Bakersfield College Memorial Stadium. Rob Chavez alongside Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin.
Wow.
Jalen Hankins takes it at the 7-yard line, hesitates a little bit, makes first contact at about the 28, and he's going to bring it up to the 31-yard line. Great 24-yard return for Joy Stig. Jalen Hankins out of Liberty High School.
That's going to be a dead ball personal foul on the Rustlers as they threw a Renegade to the ground late.
Little frustration, huh?
Absolutely. You know, but as the Renegades, you got to continue to execute here. 3-point lead isn't something I'm comfy with. I'm used to 50-piece nuggets around here.
Well, especially after watching your drillers over the first three games.
Well, hey, especially for this being the 20 or the 30-year reunion of my freshman year. Like we put up 50, I want to say about 7 times when I was a freshman.
So after that kickoff return, 15 yards after the 24-yard return, and that's 39 yards up to the 46-yard line. Great field positioning again. That's been the mantra of this defense. We've seen somebody line up all sides, and here we go. Looks up top, and his pass is going to be incomplete. Nearly intercepted. It was just a little bit short, but either way, it was a free play right there as he was trying to hit Malachi Statler was in the game for that, not Igoa.
Wow.
And Statler's
first Statler look. And that was into the wind until the ball got held up a bit because he was wide open.
Ball was intended for number 8, Jalen Richmond.
Wow.
So we did have a neutral zone infraction against the Rustlers.
Man, welcome to the big times. Malachi Stadler, he's one of my favorite quarterbacks I've ever covered.
We had a chance to do a game last year with Malachi, and it was exciting. It was that playoff game. And I can tell you this, we had said between him and the opposing quarterback from, was it Central? Central. Those two guys had college quarterback written all over them. Ball headed out to Hankins. Hankins with a great cut, gets close to a first down just across the 45. We're going to have maybe about 2 feet to get to the first down. So second and very short.
This has to be exciting for Stadler, getting an opportunity in the first half after not starting the game. He's been the starter for his team since he was a sophomore prior to his collegiate campaign. So to get an opportunity and actually get a ball in the air, even though it was nullified, it's a great experience.
True freshman. And he's going to check out of that play. He's got 3 backs in that kind of wishbone set, just like we were talking about. Ball's handed off to Nettles. Nettles going to hand right up the middle. We got a penalty flag. It's usually in the area of holding. So we're going to find out if Nettles got the first down.
On the tackle, number
And
27.
that's an unfortunate holding call right there because we had second and short. That's going to back us up to make it a 2nd and 10.
No, they're going to wave that off.
So let's get those yards.
First down.
Yeah, thank you very much.
6-yard gain up to the 39-yard
Man,
line.
I told y'all I was loving up those officials earlier, man. I gave everybody that down there, man. Shout out to my man Landis down there in the box, too. I love these officials, man. I'm wearing me a Foot Locker shirt tomorrow, man. So I can be like y'all.
Can you give me a discount? I need some shoelaces at least. Throw in some socks.
1st and 10 Renegades. Full house backfield. I like that. Because what it does, let's talk about what the full house backfield does.
We got a timeout.
When you got 3 backs inside, they have to bring those backers inside. And what it does for the offense, it makes it an easier call for your center because it's an even defense that he's facing. And now it gives the offense a balanced attack either way. I like that formation. A little different than the Oklahoma Sooner wishbone. Little pistol wishbone.
Welcome back to all of our radio listeners. Sorry about the audio difficulties that we were having there, but we are live on Current AM 1180, 96.1 FM, and always live streaming on GoGades.com. Thank you to Julian Wilson, our main man on the board here. As he was trying to do everything we can. I know it's over 100 degrees here in beautiful Bakersfield, California.
Hey, I want to say shout out to my teammate Eamon Sullivan in the Bakersfield Fire Department because they thought the internet was messing up, and it's a different feed. It's not you guys, so tell them calm down in there, Big Sully. Shout out to the Bakersfield Fire Department, Kern County Fire Department. It's First Responders Night, baby.
That's right. And if you guys have an opportunity, if you're in the parking lot, you haven't had a chance to get in here yet, we do have Captain America and Black Panther somewhere around the concourse. Thanks to Matt Riley for getting that set up. Pass is out to Makai Smith. Smith is going to go nowhere.
That's a great tackle by the DB because it's a one-on-one matchup. And if you don't make that tackle, that's going to be a 30-yard scamper to the house.
That was Noel Vallejo on that tackle. Speaking of Vallejo.
2nd out and 10.
I like the offense right now. We don't have to be too aggressive. 2:47 left to play, 2nd and 10. We're in control of the clock and the lead. Shotgun spread formation for the Renegades.
Igoa back in the game.
I like this.
Excuse me, that is Statler. So Statler over to Hankins, and we got another flag that's going to come somewhere.
And it was late, too.
I know we had number 69, Titus Yepes, who we have another one out on the 40-yard line, too, near the Bakersfield College sideline. We got another one on the Rustler sideline.
Yeah, so let's see if that's a neutral zone. We know this is an illegal block here. Hopefully they can offset. Because I know he's not throwing a legal block all the way over there for this play.
About 122 feet away.
let's see. We got a conversation with the white hat. And that look.
Personal foul, illegal low block.
Wow, okay.
Oh, yeah, so that's on them. Oh, I like it. Well, I told you, man. Hey, man, I told you I did my job with the officials down there today, man.
Kenny, I noticed that your wallet was a little bit light coming up here. You know, but you don't need to tell this everybody the secrets before the game.
Yeah, you know, I pay with love, man. My love is priceless.
Right on.
That's an amazing call, though.
So the ball is 15 yards or half the distance to the goal from the end of the run or the end of the catch there. As we got Stadler. Now we got another free play. Oh, no. It looks like we're going to chop this one.
Yeah, the left tackle heard you down there. He don't want to make it look too obvious, so he gave him 5 yards back.
Speaking of left tackle, that's looks like that's number 61, Andres Alcaraz from Arvin High. Shout out to our man Vance Palm.
Shout out to my big bro Hernan Santiago.
Hernan Santiago, Vance Palm, Danny Lemon. All those guys out there. Oh, the Damerons from Arvin.
Oh, yeah. The Showers. Smith with a nice move.
Smith, here we go. And again, he bounces off that tackle, gets about another yard onto the right. He found the wide side of the field, and we're going to have a timeout on the field with 1:59 to go. Renegades up 13-10 and inside of the Rustlers' red zone. And so we were talking about what happened last year in this matchup, in the fact that the Renegades had just about as much pass, in fact 100 yards more in passing, but they were outgained by about 100 yards on the running side. But really they lost the third down efficiency game and the turnovers. And today BC so far 3 of 5 from third down compared to the Rustlers who are 3 of 7.
Yeah, and like we said, we just had opportunities where we didn't finish drives, and you got to finish drives against top 5 teams in the state. And also, just want to clarify, shout out to the Kern County Fire, Eamon Sullivan and the guys up there in Isabella. But again, loving the consistency that we're seeing, because 13 points against this defense, we've been told all offseason that this might be the best defense we're going to play all year. So if this is the best, I'm liking what we're doing.
We're going to give a lot of shout-outs. It's the beginning of the year. This is what happens. We got a lot of people here at the game. We got some people coming in from out of town. Shout-out to my relatives from Sahuarita, Arizona.
Nice.
My cousin Monty, he's here somewhere in the crowd. Came in for a family reunion, and I told him it's first responders night. Come out to a game, and he got in free. The pass is over the middle, and it is incomplete. It was intended for Makai Smith.
Yeah, Malachi tried to drop that in there over the linebacker and under the safety. Dangerous pass. And again, like I said, with this lead and the time, you don't have to gamble right now because you're somewhat in field goal range. You don't have to be too aggressive. And I'm glad that one was high. 3rd and 13.
Our kicker number 52, Evan Siffing, practicing over on the sideline. Had a great end of the season last year as Coach Littlejohn looks over and calls a timeout. Coach Richie Castro is over there, and he's fired up. I can tell you that right now. So we got about 1:54 remaining in the first half. And we just wanted to talk about a couple of events that we've got coming up, including, like I said, I've been calling you the Hall of Famer because it's official. We got the announcement that you're going to be in this year's 2024 Hall of Fame induction in October.
You know, a dream come true because the game changed our life. When we use the game, it's a team experience. You know, you got 11 guys out there, so to get your name called is definitely an honor, but really it's your team going in with you. I played on some amazing teams, ended up number 2 in the nation both years. But I played with some superstars. I mean, you know, George Jones, NFL guy, Hall of Famer. Jeremy Stott, NFL guy, Hall of Famer. There are a few more guys I could continue to reel off names. Eric Cochran, Hernan Santiago, Chad Manning. Like, I'm going in with his dad. Like, just thinking about the magnitude of players, I'm just grateful to be here and part of the process.
We come out of the timeout, little screen pass. That's Hankins. Hankins is going to have pursuit and a big hit right there, pushing them back to the 20-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 3 yards as time keeps clicking off. And we've got Evan Siffing that is going to come out in what's going to be probably about a 37-yard field goal attempt here. But we're going to have a timeout. So Rustlers are going to try to ice Mr. Evan Siffing.
Ice, baby.
Gino Valpredo's Luigi's Italian Delicatessen and Restaurant right down in Old Town Kern. As we look back behind us, we see a lot of Gino's regulars that are out here at the tailgate. Got half of a tailgate area this year because we're doing construction.
And while we're talking about Gino, we've been secretly having a Dameron Deck meeting and saying we need Dameron Deck Luigi's meat up here for every game, man. That need to be in the contract, man.
We're going to work on that. We'll have a sit down. So here we go. 36-yard field goal attempt right here with 1:35 remaining in the first half. Siffing, now he's looking to the southwest part of Bakersfield.
There's no win either, partner, so this is a fair opportunity for him.
Here we go. Hold, kick, and it is no good. Wide right for Siffing. So they're going to get the ball back with 1:33 seconds remaining in the first half. And right there, about 4th and 12. Is that early in the season? This is something that we've got to see, right?
Absolutely, because you have to know what your guys are going to give you. And we've missed the PAT, we've missed the field goal. Definitely something that Coach Alvarez and his guys will continue to try to get better on, but that was a topic of discussion last year with special teams, so definitely not something that we're excited to see this early.
Want to also give a quick shout out to our new president here at Bakersfield College, Dr. Jerry Flieger. We're going to go into a little bit about Dr. Flieger's background and what he's been doing for athletics here at BC as Will Burns rolls to his left and he throws across his body over the middle of the field. And as a DB, you got to love that. Danny Johnson was looking at that, chomping at the bit.
Yeah, I saw an amazing interception earlier by the Iowa State Cyclones on a play where the Iowa quarterback rolled right and tried to throw it all the way back left. Something you don't do, especially on your own end. But, hey, if you like it, I love it.
Talking about Iowa, they're there at the University of Iowa. And since they built that new Shriners Hospital, it is the greatest thing in college sports.
Oh, yeah.
Before the game, to be able to wave to all those children that are in the hospital is probably the best thing I see in all of sports. And as we got a completion to number 1, Noah Burdick from Will Burns, the clock continues to tick. First down up to the 42-yard line. Number 5, Danny Johnson with the tackle.
Very soft coverage, and I didn't like that. If we were in quarters. Shotgun double set for the Rustlers.
So we got a blitz coming. Gets it off the screen pass. It's to Sarmiento. Sarmiento gets it across to about the 49-yard line. Picks up about 8, maybe 7 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 7. Clock continues to tick. Golden West still has all 3 timeouts remaining. Burns looks to his left. The pass is up, and it is incomplete, but there's another pass interference call right there on D'Antonio Hackworth, his 2nd of the game, and you can tell Coach Littlejohn's already going over there to calm him down and let him know, son, probably not the time to argue.
Right now they're having a conference because that defender got there right when the ball got there to break it up. The only thing is he didn't play the ball. But if he gets there at the same time of the ball, that should be waved off. That looks simultaneous to me.
So we're going to hear what's happening. We see Coach Littlejohn over there. Not a hard man to lose with that bright yellow shirt.
Looks like they're going to keep it on.
So we do have a defensive pass interference. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Brings the ball now into Renegades territory. It's going to be at the 37-yard line.
And that's a bang-bang call, of course, and what you're getting penalized for as a DB is just not turning around and playing the ball. Because you get there simultaneously, and you can't fault the official because he's watching you. He's not really watching the timing. Nonetheless, 1st and 10.
37 seconds. Burns passes complete to number 22, Aaron Mitchell. He gets out of bounds, stops the clock with 31 seconds. And again, Golden West was still 3 timeouts remaining. They are driving at the 31-yard line. Remember, they got a long field goal earlier from Mancia, a 41-yarder.
Yeah, and they have an option to run the football right here, too. The whole playbook's wide open with those 3 timeouts. Shotgun double set, pistol formation. Gets the quarters coverage for the Renegades.
We only see Cannavaloff playing linebacker, and then the pass is complete over the middle for a touchdown to number 88, Trey Nelson.
Yeah, the middle of the field was wide open. I wasn't watching the secondary as I was watching the trenches, but that was just too comfortable of a pocket.
No pressure.
Touchdown
But it
Rustlers.
was a great route for Nelson to be able to find that soft spot in the defensive backfield. And he caught his man Trey Nelson from Buckeye, Arizona.
Yeah, nice pass.
Mancia is on to attempt the extra point with 24 seconds remaining. They'll hold the kick, and it is good. So the Rustlers have gone up by 4. We're going to take a quick timeout here with about 24 seconds remaining in the first half here on current AM 1180, 96.1 FM, and live streaming on GoGades.com. We are back here at Memorial Stadium. Rustlers are going to kick off after scoring a touchdown. 36-yard strike. Burns to Nelson. The ball is going to be taken at the 10-yard line by Smith. Smith, let's go! He's got some room. He might need a blocker, and he doesn't get it. Ball's at the 30-yard line, and we've got a penalty flag. I'll tell you what, that side judge, that's about the second time I've seen him throw that flag halfway across the field. That guy's got to be a baseball player.
Man, that was a nice throw. 13 seconds left. You expect the Renegades to just come out and take a knee. No further damage. We will get the ball in the second half because we kicked off.
I hear that chuckle from Julian when I mention baseball. You know I see a good rotator cuff when I see it, and I'm gonna call it out. So we got an illegal blindside block during the return. It's going to march it back to the 15-yard line. With 13 seconds left, no timeouts, this might be a situation where Coach Littlejohn decides to get into the locker room, right?
Absolutely, and this is not victory formation. Crucial penalties hurt us in the final minutes of this second quarter. Got to go in and regroup.
So what was really saving the Renegades is avoiding the big play and avoiding the penalty.
Really bit them in that last bit right there as we got a little bit of action happening right before halftime. This one is competitive here at Memorial Stadium. High emotions here.
The first half, the score, the Bakersfield College Renegades 13,
4-point lead,
the Golden West Rustlers 17.
In our season opener here at Bakersfield College Memorial Stadium. We're going to come back.
Welcome back, Renegade football fans. Rob Chavez, Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin here at Bakersfield College Memorial Stadium as we're set to get kicked off here in the second half. Golden West Rustlers coming up from Huntington Beach, California, with a 17-13 lead over the Renegades. Renegades had an early lead, jostled back and forth, got a couple touchdowns, missed extra point, and Golden West with that last minute touchdown just before the second half, or excuse me, just before halftime. And we're going to get going here as the Renegades are going to get the opening kickoff here to start off the second half. Really important when you're deferring at home.
Absolutely, and that's why you do it. One thing I'll say about the first half, I was very impressed with the Renegades on both sides of the ball in moments compared to our last season opener down there in Huntington Beach. So what that does for you, it gives you the confidence to know that all you got to do is come out here and execute, do your job. It's one of the things that we used to say, taking one play at a time, and we'll get the victory.
For the Renegades, number 29, Jalen Hankins. Kicking off, number 50, Jason Montero.
Jason Montero going to be kicking off for the Rustlers. It's going to be taken. That's Makai Smith taking it about the 17-yard line. Makai Smith gets it to the 37 at about after a 20-yard return right there. Taken down by number 1, Noah Burdick.
I like what Makai did. He made a decision and was convicted with it. He had showed some conviction. A lot of times you see guys back there, they start dancing, wanting to pick a hole. He saw a hole and shot for it. Now we got some amazing field position from the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 Renegades.
As we get kicked off here in the second half, I want to remind everybody that we are dedicating this season to our head coaches that we lost over the offseason, Coach Collis and Coach Bowser, as we got a penalty flag as the ball was handed off to Hankins.
Yeah, 2 great men, Coach Bowser, Coach Collis. I remember our Laos Hall of Fame dinner last year and seeing them both have a conversation. I'm not starstruck much. I get to work in Hollywood a lot. But those are men, like, I didn't even want to say nothing. I'm just sitting there and watching the conversation.
You take it all in.
Taking it all in.
So we have
had those moments again.
Got to be fortunate to be able to see one of those conversations at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it was surreal for me to sit there and actually just listen.
So we had an encroachment penalty. That's the 3rd encroachment penalty for the Rustlers. We got Malachi Statler in the game out of the shotgun. His pass is off to number 88, Devin Sundgren.
That's my guy. We've been waiting on Sundgren.
Just like you said, from the Fresno State track, back down here to Memorial Stadium. We got a first down for the Renegades at the Rustlers' 47-yard line. And you got to like that little shot in the arm right there for the offense.
Absolutely. Sundgren is a player who can take it the distance every time he touches the ball. Great to see him get an opportunity in the second half.
Stadler rolls to his right. He's got pressure from the backside, and he's going to get wrapped up for a sack. Drops him about 6 yards.
What I like about what Statler did is that's not on him. That was just a great blitz. He didn't force a throw, and he protected the football. Yes, a 6-yard loss, but you live to fight another down by not trying to force it as a young player.
We do again want to apologize to our radio listeners for little inconsistencies in the first half with the audio that we have. So hopefully we are back and we are live on AM 1180, 96.1 FM. We're always on right here on GoGades.com. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. We got some movement on the line from our right tackle right there, and he knew it.
Ball start, number 55 offense.
Number 55, Eric De La Garza.
Yeah, Eric is a veteran. He has to do a better job. We're already behind the chains. We come out in an empty set, which Statler made famous in his days as a Titan.
And again, De La Garza also a Titan. That's why we invite everybody from Bakersfield. Come on out Saturday nights. Come on watch these teams.
Beautiful home crowd tonight.
Stadler's pass is going to be complete. Great catch right there by Makai Smith to high point that, but then they said that it was a no catch, that he did not secure that ball all the way down, but a fantastic effort.
Wow. And now you have a
Injured
Rustler defender laying down acting like he was going to do a push-up.
We talked about this in the scrimmage last week. We had some preseason auditions for greatest acting. We've got the ball. We got the ball all the way back to the 42-yard line.
Man, that was a heck of a throw by Statler.
Pass ruled incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Ruled incomplete. Nonetheless, it's going to be the 3rd and forever. And that's what we didn't need.
13:01 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Ball sitting at the Renegades' 42-yard line. Trying to get to the 37-yard line. Statler's going to step it. He's going to run. And he's going to be taken down at about the 48-yard line. So he'll pick up about 5 yards. Give a little bit more room for our punter.
It's going to be up to the defense to make sure we focus and get a stop, because you don't want to continue to have additional points put on the board by the Rustlers when you're trailing 3 or 4 already.
So Jack Smith, the kickoff specialist, also the punter. And he gets a nice spiral kick up. It's going to be not taken. It's going to go. It's going to get in the end zone. Great effort right there by the punt team. Down there was number 12, Will Cannavaloff, almost got a paw on it to be able to pin them inside. So the ball is going to come out to the 20-yard line. The Rustlers are going to take over with 12:19 remaining in the third quarter.
Amazing punt. We're seeing some special effort from the punt and kickoff game now. If only we can find a way to shore up that field goal team. First and 10, Rustlers.
20-yard line.
Renegades have been in the base quarters coverage pretty much all night against his 3 receiver sets.
So the handoff is to Walker. Walker's going to be brought down after about a yard. Brought down by Jaden Hollis.
Jaden Hollis having a phenomenal game. Again, you know, as a former DB and former DB coach, I put a lot of pressure on my guys to perform, and I had personal conversations with him last year. So I'm excited for him having a great game tonight. Has that interception early, some key tackles as well.
So Burns out of the shotgun, fakes a handoff to Walker. Rolls to his right, got a penalty flag. Burns is going to be forced out of bounds by number 7, Julian Smith. We do have a penalty flag, usually in the area of holding, and that's what our partner right here, Kenny Calvin, was saying.
I mean, that was one of the most obvious ones I've seen in a long time. You're out on the edge 101, the quarterback run by you already. You grab the deep end around the throat in a Brazilian jiu-jitsu hold.
I see you know your judo well, sir.
Oh, man, I used to watch a lot of Hoist Gracie growing up. Choke you out with your gi.
Yeah. Shout out to the Brazilian jiu-jitsu fans out there that are tuning in. So we got 11:37 remaining in the third quarter.
We've had them in long yardage situations, and they've done a great job getting out of it.
2 big plays that they had were on a 2nd and 3rd and long, as we've got now a procedure penalty against the Rustlers. So that's going to back them up inside to about the 6-yard line.
Boy, you look good. Won't you back that thing up?
It's our first hip-hop reference. Second hip-hop reference, sorry.
Trips open set for the Rustlers.
Shout out New Orleans. We got Burns. Steps up and his pass is going to be complete.
Goodness.
That ball hung up there for a very long time and is finally brought down by number 13, Colin Payne.
On the stop, number 9, Tyler Lewis.
Payne out of Lake Forest, California, just south of Disneyland.
Hackworth got up slow. Good to see him getting back up. And Mike Medeiros, the world-famous trainer, walks him off. And now we have a new DB in number 25, Richard Gooden, out of Independence High School. Independence defense played phenomenal last night. They just had some.
Broken play. But Will Burns is going to make something of it. And he's going to be forced out of bounds. And I'll tell you what, that ball was actually a poor snap. His running back went the wrong way, but he made something out of it and seeing that there was nobody on that backside defense.
Yeah, and broken plays can turn into danger when you have a quarterback that can fly, because as a backer, you're reading the back. So you're following him. There has to be somebody responsible for the quarterback on the backside, and it wasn't. First and 10.
Burns hands the ball off to number 22, Aaron Mitchell. Mitchell is going to break through a couple of tackles, get to a first down at his own 49-yard line.
If we're not willing to tackle guys and wrap them up while we got them, we might as well go ahead and cut the lights off and get ready to head to the house. 'Cause that was 3 missed tackles on that one run, and it resulted in a 12-yard run. 1st and 10, Rustlers.
Number 9, Tyler Lewis on that last tackle. It was a pickup of 13 yards on that play.
We don't have Logan Bowers here anymore to back you up. Got to make the play yourself.
43 yards in the last 3 plays, Kenny. And now we got Burns again with a play action. Decides to keep it. Nice tackle out there.
And that's going to be a horse collar.
Penalty flag. Number 28, David Stevenson was out there. Forced him out. Stevenson had a heck of a game last year as well, too.
Yeah, but again, tackling is becoming an issue because we have a situation where you got a quarterback running to the sideline where you got 2 guys and you're horse collaring a quarterback. You can't tackle a quarterback? Get your head across the bow and run it to the sideline.
Really, in that situation, you almost not want to even have to put a hand on him, and you could just force him out of bounds.
Exactly. That's the point that I'm trying to make. He's a quarterback. He's not trying to run you over. Wrap the guy up, get your head across the bow, and run him to the sideline.
Just like with what, shout out Coach Thorpe, Coach Van Horn, if you guys are listening. They used to always say use that sideline as another teammate because we got the ball passed out to number 3, Robert Sarmiento. And he's going to be taken down by number 0, Jaden Hollis.
And this is a drive that started at the 20-yard line, and it's been very easy for the Rustlers as they got some momentum going and got our Renegade defense off balance.
It started at the 20, backed up to the 6 5 plays ago. And now they're at the Renegade 25-yard line on a 2nd and 1.
Renegades got to get lined up. 40-odd set. Single high safety look. Looks like 3 deep coverage, and it is.
Burns with a lot of time. Rolls to his right, finds an open receiver at about the 11-yard line. And I tell you, Will Burns, at this point, looks like he's got the Renegades defense in the palm of his hand.
Absolutely, and it's hard to cover 3 receivers or 4 receivers going vertical in 3 deep coverage. That's the exact route that you want to run. And they just come back on the outside. Great throw.
Trey Nelson on that reception. Takes it up to the 11-yard line, 1st and 10. So Golden West can get a first down at the 1-yard line. Got trips to the left.
I want to see who wants to play with some pride inside this red zone.
Burns brings the ball. Hands it off to number 22, Aaron Mitchell.
Hand off to number 22, Aaron Mitchell.
As we got another Robert Chavez that just came up here on the Dameron deck.
Oh, Junior in the house.
Junior.
Big
Rob's down there somewhere.
Right. Shout out to Big Rob and Mom.
So pick up a 5, call it 4 to the 7-yard line. 2nd and 6. Got out of the shotgun, got to love a fullback off to your left. Ball is handed off up the middle to number 22, Aaron Mitchell.
One of the things I liked about our defense last year is our red zone defense was one of the greatest I've seen in a long time. It'd be nice to see a red zone stop here.
Matt Sosa on that last tackle. Like you said, 3rd down efficiency right now. Golden West is 4 of 8. We've got a lot of confusion on this defense. Burns rolls, looks into the end zone, and he's got nobody there. Pass is going to be incomplete. Good play right there, even though there was a lot of confusion out of that huddle.
The play prior to that, I said we're taking too long to get lined up, and that's an issue. We're running guys on and off the field at the last second, and then you got crossing routes. You got to go all the way over to the other side of the field to cover the crossing route. Great job by the defense. Now, if only we can get an old school Kenny Cow block, scoop and score like I did against Ventura in '95.
Only 29 years ago, Julian. As Mancia's kick is up
No good.
It's no good.
Yes. Great defensive stance all the way down to the 6-yard line, and no soup for you.
So I want to hear what, as a defensive coach, coming off of that drive right there, when we had the mistakes, we gave up a couple big plays, but then we hold right there. What's the message?
The message is, see what you did right there? Keep everything in front of you. Don't make the huge mistakes that give them opportunities to get into the end zone and just blow up, right? I mean, it's not a lot you can say. It's just about having pride. Those are those pride plays that are hidden in the stats. You don't see those in the stats, but that might be the play that wins the game if we find a way to get it done and put some points on the board.
Keeps the lead to only 4 instead of 7 right there. So pretty important as we got Malachi Statler once again out of the shotgun. Blitz coming. Ball's given off to Hankins. Hankins got room. Hankins comes to the outside, breaks the tackle, gets through another one up to the 38-yard line. First down for the Renegades. Fantastic run right there by Jalen Hankins.
Joystick Jalen with the biggest run of the night. And you see Statler having the opportunity. You got to wonder what happened with Igoa. He's right behind Coach with his helmet in his hand, so it doesn't look like he's hurt or anything, or he wouldn't have his helmet.
Ball handed off to Hankins once again up the middle, gets a couple of yards. Going to make it 2nd and 8. Had a chance to sit down and talk with his dad, Brandon, the other day on Wednesday as we were watching Highland Frost-Off football. Jalen's younger cousin, Owen Carson, the place kicker for the Highland Frost-Off team. Heck of a soccer player.
Nice.
And talked a lot to Brandon about football. He wanted to know what was going on. He wants to be back in the loop. It's been a couple of years since he's watched high school football, so he wants to know what's going on. So shout out to Brandon.
One of my favorite teammates of all time, one of the most athletic teammates I ever had in junior high, Compton Colts, baby, Compton Oilers.
So play action pass. He got Statler, pressure, and he's going to go down. Going to be sacked by number 56, Brandon Solo. Excuse me. Solo.
Sacked by number 56, Brendan Soleo.
That was a play that's slow developing. You're hoping that post route can get over to the opposite hash, but you got to protect in those instances. We don't, and that's another huge sack. And it'll be 3rd and 14.
6 yards on the play.
So 6-yard loss on that sack.
3rd down and 14 at the 34-yard line.
So it was a situation right there where he had 2 different options. Both of them were covered. And since he was in the pocket, couldn't throw that away. So we got an empty set out of the shotgun, 5 receivers, and we've got a penalty on the play. It looks like it's going to be a delay of game. Didn't get that off in time. And Coach Littlejohn is out there shouting at that freshman quarterback.
5-yard penalty.
Yeah, and those are the mistakes you can't have when you're already behind the chains. And I talked about the importance of what we need to do in the second half, execute, and this is poor execution by the young freshman QB. Empty set for Statler.
Golden West was showing a blitz, ends up backing off, and that pass is going to be
Picked off
a tip ball. There's going to be some room for him to run. Statler is going to be the guy who saves that, as Terahidi Wolf, who has had a couple of great plays so far today.
Flag in the backfield.
And now we've got a penalty flag. We're going to see what this is. If this is against the offense, that penalty or this interception will hold. Ball is going to be spotted at the 4-yard line. If it's on defense, we will see, but it looks like the defense is already coming out onto the field for the Renegades.
Yeah, and that interception isn't going to be one that should be on the quarterback. It'll go on his stats. But that's a drop ball. He's trying to fit it in traffic, and you got alligator arms and you pop it up. It's one thing that you're told not to do. If you can't catch it, you knock it down. We pop it up, and that's an interception. 1st and goal again.
We had number 69, Titus Yepes, that was slow to get up.
You know, we've had some games where we've played Golden West very tough, and we end up making mistakes that cost us opportunities. We hope that isn't one of them.
Number 1.
So we had an unnecessary roughness penalty against the Renegades. It was number 1, Makai Smith. So it's going to be half the distance of the goal to the 2-yard line. So the Rustlers are going to have an opportunity, pretty much 4 opportunities from the 2-yard line to be able to punch this in and possibly take a 10-point lead.
They won't have 4 opportunities if you take the ball away on their first one. So 1 and out. Let's go. Let's see if the defense can do what I asked. Make a play. Tackle and strip.
Looks like we've got a heavy set. We've got a big fullback in there with a number 96. Javon Taylor, a defensive lineman. He lays down a block, and number 24 with the ball maybe picks up a yard. That's Kendrick Thomas. Will Cannibaloff gets into the backfield.
That's one stop. I mean, and as you get there as the second guy, you got to be the guy that's coming to try to strip the ball away when he's wrapped up.
So Taylor, once again, in at fullback. He's going to get the ball, and he's going to dive in for the touchdown. Got to like it when a guy that goes 6'1", 280 is able to get into the end zone, but you usually like it when it's on your team.
Yeah, mini refrigerator Perry. and again, like we said, you have to avoid mistakes when you're playing top-ranked teams, and you're the underdog. We make mistakes after the half. Crucial mistakes turn into points for the Rustlers.
So all of a sudden, Bakersfield College, they were in the driver's seat early in the game, and now we're awaiting this kick. The hold, the kick, and it is good. It's going to bring the score to 24-13, 17 unanswered points for the Rustlers, and that's going to take us into a break here with 4 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 11-point lead for the Rustlers here on AM 1180, 96.1 FM, and live streaming on GoGades.com. Here on current AM 1180, 96.1 FM, on GoGades.com. Ball is going to be taken by number 2, Jacoby Pointer. Pointer's got a block. We got a penalty, and the ball's going to be taken at about the 35-yard line.
Now, I don't know what they put in these flags, man, but they flying 30 yards. That was a nice chunk by the White Hat.
At the 37-yard line.
So
30-yard pass on the flag.
We were talking about how the Renegades were in the driver's seat. They were up 13-7 early. They had the first turnover. They waved the flag. Ball's going to be spotted at the 35. But the Renegades early in the game were 3 of 4 from third down. They were 1 of 1 from fourth down. Since then, 0 for 1 from fourth down, and 0 for the last 4 on third down.
Football is a game of momentum. You have to be consistent. Without consistency, there's no success. We haven't been very consistent. But one thing I am going to say, you can't be an official throwing 30-yard flags and then waving it off. You just wave that flag off. You throwing that flag that hard,
something happened. So Statler is forced out of the pocket. He's going to pick up nothing. Excuse me, Igoa's in the game once again. And so I was going to talk about that some of these numbers were starting to go down with Statler. And like we said, it's not necessarily is it on the quarterback, but it just has something to do with the flow of the offense.
Yeah, and it's very difficult for offensive linemen and receivers to have consistency when you're changing quarterbacks. I thought Igoa was hurt, but for him to have an opportunity to come back in, you got to wonder, why'd you take him out in the first place when we're winning?
So here we go. Pass is caught by number 8, Jalen Richmond. Richmond's going to have enough for a Renegade first down at the 46-yard line, gain of 11.
And that's the point that I'm making. He comes right in, throws a dart for first down. The whole crowd's wondering, why hasn't he been in the last 35 minutes?
And on top of that, too, with that first down play where he scrambles out, I mean, that could be a situation where mistakes are made by a young quarterback. You might take a sack. You might throw an interception. He just ran it out of bounds, decided to get another play, and picks up a first down on that first play up. So 1st and 10 from their own 46. Igoa steps up. His pass is going to be a little too long. Had Richmond, And I tell you, the safety there took that as a personal victory right there. Had nothing to do with what he was doing. Just ball sailed over Richmond's head.
Right, and that's one of those rhythm throws that you've been out for about 20 minutes and you're cold. Has he put that on the line? That's going to be a completion. Nonetheless, brings up a 2nd and long for the Renegades.
One guy I do not see in there. Oh, yeah, he is back in. Titus Yepes in at left tackle.
Twins right.
Igoa hands the ball off to Smith. Smith has got a little bit of room to run. He's going to get it up to the 47.
I love
49, excuse me.
I love how Smith always finishes runs forward. He's not getting knocked back. He lowered his shoulder, and that was a nice 3-yard run.
That was the thing about, again, his dad, class of 96 from East Bakersfield High, ran downhill. Always seemed like as if, again, he was going forward. He's trying to get positive momentum going that way.
Twins right, pistol formation. Igoa.
So, fake handoff, play action. Igoa rolls to his right, and his pass is complete. And that's to number 88. Your guy, Devin Sundgren.
Devin Sundgren. I call him the play of the year for Devin Sundgren his senior year after Tyson Dozier went out. He had to play quarterback as a receiver, had a 90-yard play against Highland, ended up being the play of the year for the Kern High Network. He's been one of my favorite players ever since.
Big first down right there for Igoa, throwing off of one leg. Now we got a jump, no flag. Igoa goes up top, and his pass is going to be picked off. It was underthrown, and number 26 comes up with that interception, Drew Faulkner.
Yeah, and it takes the air out of the whole room as you're rooting for him to do well after a few nice throws, and he has an opportunity for a 50-50 ball, and he just underthrows that. As the receiver, you have to do a better job coming back and getting back into that to make sure that that's not caught as well.
Ball hung up in the air a little bit, and you would think that you'd be able to come back up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I hate to keep beating the dead horse, but when you've sat on the sideline for 45 minutes, it affects your rhythm, and that's a throw that you've probably made 20 times in practice during training camp, and you come out here and you short arm it, and it's an interception.
So 1st and 10 from their own 7. Rustlers have the football, up 11 with 1:38 remaining in the third quarter. Fake handoff, a keeper to Will Burns. Burns heads out of bounds. Forced out by number 98, Logan Goodspeed.
I was fortunate to play with some amazing offenses. But my sophomore year, we had a couple of games where we didn't play well offensively. And it's up to the defense to create change. That's what it's turning into as we near 1 minute left in this third quarter. You have to find guys on defense that want to take the game into their hands and create extra opportunities.
So now we got Camden Steigler in the game for Golden West, and his pass is going to sail a little too deep for his intended receiver, number 18, Chris McCullough, out of Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Had he put that on the line, that would have been 6 because he was wide open. Not sure what's happening in the secondary. Definitely got to do a better job keeping things in front of us because that safety's not going to be able to cover that throw from the right hash.
So here we go. Rustlers 4 of 9 on 3rd downs so far today. And this is going to be an opportunity from 3rd and 9 for the Renegades to be able to get an important 3 and out, negate that interception, get the ball back hopefully near midfield. Steigler gets the ball up the middle. He picks up about 5, maybe even 6 yards up to the 14-yard line. Going to definitely set up a punt situation here for Golden West. So, again, another big win for this defense. They got to win to hold Golden West to a missed field goal in the red zone, and they got this hold right over here after that interception.
And that's how you play with pride there, partner. Renegade Rob, I feel like Golden West let them off the hook running the quarterback draw on 3rd and 9 because they've been getting everything they want against this base defense of the Renegades.
So Jacoby Pointer is going to be back deep to receive, calls for a fair catch, and he's going to fall down at about the 47-yard line. We got a lot of pushing and shoving. I'll tell you what, this is definitely a game that is playing with a high emotion.
Yeah, and it's only going to get
at the Rustler 47-yard line.
a little more sticky as we approach the 4th quarter with this beautiful sunset.
First of the season.
Palace on Panorama is looking very nice, beautiful crowd.
Got to hear that great pep band from across the field. Fantastic cheerleaders, as always, on the home side. As we're looking to the northwest to a beautiful September sunset. Ioga hands the ball off to Smith. Igoa, excuse me. And that's going to run the clock out. We're going to get into the 4th quarter. 4s are up here on the Dameron deck. 24-13 lead for the Golden West Rustlers. 15 minutes to play for the Renegades to try to pull out the season opener here at Memorial Stadium. We're going to take a timeout and be right back for the 4th quarter here on AM 1180, 96.1 FM, live streaming on GoGage.com. And welcome back to 4th quarter action for Bakersfield College Renegades football. Rob Chavez, Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin here at Bakersfield Memorial Stadium. 2nd down and 7 from the Rustlers' 44-yard line. Igoa pass it off across the middle to Jalen Richmond. Richmond is going to get across the 30-yard line for a 1st down.
Richmond has been a key to consistency, and now he's looking like he's coming up, hobbling a bit. He's waving him off. He's saying, I don't want to come out, but coach is going to take him out and bring Sundgren back in. And I'll tell you what, you're not losing a lot when you get 88 back in the game. He might be the fastest kid on the field. Right now, with him in the slot in this Twins left set, I like this matchup, but he may be getting double.
Out of the shotgun. Ball's given out to Hankins. Hankins looked like he had a little bit of a tug right there on his face mask. Picks up a yard.
We got a Rustler down.
Big number 99. Yeah, I did want to talk about again Dr. Jerry Flieger, our new president here at Bakersfield College. Lots of energy and a sports guy as well too. Wants to be able to make sure that he does what he can to be able to make sure he makes the decisions that are going to allow athletics to thrive here in Bakersfield. Has gotten to know a lot about the history of Bakersfield College, and then he said, then I'm going to get out of the way. So congrats to Dr. Flieger, and good job so far. We got Igoa rolling out. He's still, now the ball is loose.
And he turned it over.
Oh, man. We're going to find out what's going to happen at the bottom of the scrum.
You cannot hold the ball that long in the pocket. That was a great job initially by the offensive line protecting him.
And the Rustlers have picked it up.
And that's just a bonehead play by a quarterback. Great job escaping initially, but you're back there holding the ball like it's a loaf of bread.
Yeah, one of the things that you want to remember about Carson Woods is that in 10 games or 11 games that he played last year, had 5 interceptions, lost 1 fumble. So 6 turnovers at the quarterback position last year. And one of the things that the coaches were talking about when it came to replacing Woods was we're not necessarily looking to duplicate exactly everything that Woods did other than protecting the football. And right now we've already seen now 3 quarterback turnovers here in this game. So,
and that's not going to get it done. And that's a situation where you didn't have to do all of that. You're trying to do too much.
So Burns back in, gives it off to Walker. Walker gets it up to the 35-yard line after a gain of 3, brought down by Kanovlov.
Still a lot of time to play, 13 minutes. But you got to get stops here, 2nd and 8. As a defense, you got to start talking and having the mentality saying we need another takeaway because we're running out of time if we don't get a stop here.
Renegades with 171 yards of total offense. Rustlers with 279. We got penalty flags before the play. And we're going to have to get Dr. Flagger up here one of these days. He's a communications major. But not only that, he got his PhD at Bowling Green in rhetoric and culture.
Wow. Sounds like a guy we need to have a conversation with.
Absolutely.
Since we're rhetoric specialists.
Positive rhetoric only up here.
Shotgun double set for Golden West. You can expect a lot of RPO, but no.
So Burns pass complete. And a lot of missed tackles right there. And finally, number 11, Aaron Martinez comes from behind to be able to limit that. Trey Nelson caught the ball and juked about 3 different guys before he finally got taken down from behind by Martinez. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Crucial 3rd and 5 for the Renegade defense. Pistol doubles formation for the Rustlers. Great discipline, not jumping.
Oh, now we got movement there. It's going to be brought back. Nelson, who just got that great catch, is going to negate that.
Right, and now that was a situation where if you're the Rustlers, you got too cute. You're trying to go long snap or a long count, and you fumble up your own receivers.
So we got 3 members of the Highland High School Frost-Soft team up here.
Shout out to the young Scots.
1-1 so far this year.
Highland playing some good football this year. Had a nice victory last week. What was the score last night?
It turned out to be 34-13, I believe, up there at Scotland Yard. You got Burns that rolls to his left, and his pass is incomplete. Second time tonight, he's thrown across his body, and it hasn't come up. There's been no reception on it, but it was really, really close to an interception as Julian Smith came across the ball.
Yeah, and the defense continues to get stops. We're just not doing anything with it when we get it back, turning it right back over.
So as we take a look over there on the sideline, right over by Coach Carl Dean, you see Igoa with his helmet on.
Back for the Renegades, number 2, Samarian Hugh. Pritchett, number 2, Jacoby Pointer.
And sadly, tonight's game from the quarterback position reminds me of our Renegades a couple years ago where we were shuffling quarterbacks and trying to figure out who's the guy. The whole time we're needing to just find some consistency and learn how to win a football game. I've never been a huge fan of 2 quarterback systems. I had that situation my sophomore year when we had Danny Henry and Nathan Sparks. They used to have to trade time. We also had Danny Henry and I want to say, I can't remember my guy's name right now, but we've had those situations in the past, and you always hear the uneasiness from the guys who are playing receiver. Some of the guys who are playing offensive line and just saying, well, just pick a guy so we can learn who we are with who we have. Because the indecisiveness, that's what clouds the vision of unfocused players. And now you have an unfocused sideline and an unfocused locker room sometimes when you don't know who your guy is.
And again, this goes back to that conversation that I had with Coach Littlejohn, him saying that, they do want to find that identity without having a Carson Woods on the team, without having Logan Bowers on the other side on defense. High snap! Loose! Yes, sir! The ball is going to be placed at the 7-yard line. Renegades with a big play right there. Fantastic job by Julian Smith to be able to get back there, to be able to make sure that ball was going to be down. 1st and goal for the Renegades, down 11 with 11:39 remaining in this ball game. That is the break that the Renegades needed right there.
We've been asking all night for a game-changing play, and it comes in special teams. Bonehead move by this deep long snapper, because that was about 15 feet high.
It drives this old long snapper real crazy right here. But for the right reasons, because that was against the Rustlers. 1st down, Renegades. Here we go. Igoa Gives the ball to Nettles. Nettles gets the ball up 3 yards to the 5-yard line. So it's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 5.
Yeah, we got to punch this in. This has to be 7 here because, again, we talked about football being a game of momentum. Field goals don't do us any justice right now. You want to go ahead and punch one in, trailing 11.
Bubba Nettles, first name Jadaniels, out of Escambia Academy in Atmore, Alabama.
Life is like a box of chocolate.
I go it to Nettles. Nettles is going to look at touchdown, Renegades.
We back. He went high hurdle. Edwin Moses over him from the 3-yard line. And you got to love it. This is an opportunity for them to get something after fortunate for us, fumbled snap.
And I'm looking at my book right over here, and the book says, in this situation, down 5, you go for 2.
I mean, 10:59 to play. They definitely want to try to get it into a field goal game, and the point doesn't really do you much justice.
So I go out there, ball spotted at the 3 rather than the 2.5. We got a guy in motion. That's Richmond. Igoa rolls to his right. Richmond, oh no.
You better get him.
Uh-oh.
You better get him.
So again, just a failed 2-point conversion, but that right there, if you're going to make a mistake right there at quarterback and learn from something, it could be right there in that situation. Am I right?
Absolutely, because you have to throw it. You know, it's a conversion attempt. He tried to get it out there, but that's a long throw. As you see, we started on the left hash. He's trying to throw that ball on an out to the pylon from a left hash roll. That's a long throw. Sideline to sideline is 50 yards for you guys. Hash to the sideline is about 20 yards. So that's about a 35 to 40 yard throw that you're trying to make, and you better make it on the line or you're going to get a pick to the house. Good job hustling and tackling them. Renegades trail 24-19.
10:59 remaining in this ball game. We're going to keep it right here on Kern AM 1180, 96.1 FM. Live streaming on GoGades.com. Want to give a shout out to everybody tuning in from all over the place. Got a viewer and a listener out in the Central Coast in 5 cities, Mr. Bill Bolton. Thanks for tuning in, Bill. Always like providing him with some football. Kickoff is going to be taken in from inside the end zone right at about the goal line. Be brought out by Sarmiento, and Sarmiento is going to be drug out of bounds. And that's going to be a penalty for unnecessary roughness. So tack on another 15 yards onto the end of that run. Didn't need to go down, and that's exactly what Coach Littlejohn is saying right over there to his team.
As soon as we get back in the game, we give them amazing field position. First return of the game, and that was a huge one. While we have some time, you've been talking about my Hall of Fame status. I'm not the only one going in. It's not a one-person class. And sitting on that board has been an amazing opportunity over the last 5 years for myself. So we talk about the 1976 football team, some amazing people, Dan Clark and some amazing guys on that team.
Coach Jerry Collis is the head coach of that team.
Absolutely. Dr. William Baker kept me on the field as a player. He's going in, David Manning, and we'll get to the other ones in a sec.
Ball sitting now at the 45. So it's a 30-yard return. Added to that, 15 yards on the unnecessary roughness penalty, and now we've got no gain on the play. The ball was handed off up the middle to number 22 for the Rustlers, Aaron Mitchell.
A few more names on that 2024 class going into the Hall of Fame. Phil Dumatre, Phil Wright,
my guy,
Vernon Burke, Kathy Wilson, some superstars. Go look them up. And shout out to my man, Mr. Cravens, listening all the way in Scranton, Pennsylvania right now.
Sua Cravens?
Oh, that's my man. That's my man, Les Cravens.
Okay.
Leonard Cravens, I mean. My attorney buddy.
Oh, okay. Legal help.
Wilburn's pass complete to number 88, Trey Nelson.
So Trey Nelson, with the pass from Will Burns, picks up 7.
That penalty was huge because it put the ball at midfield when it was at about the 30-yard line. Puts the Renegades right back against the wall with 9:40 to play in the fourth quarter.
Third down and 3 at the Renegade 48-yard line.
Huge opportunity.
Golden West so far, 4 of 11 from third down. So the Renegades have done a really good job. Last year, they were 66% on third down. It was the key to their win. Ball's faked, and the play-action pass over to Sarmiento is good enough for the first down, so they're going to get another conversion. Now going to be 5 of 12 as the ball got up to the 43-yard line. First and 10 inside Renegades territory. Just over 9 minutes to play in the game. Renegades down by 5, 24-19. Fantastic job so far by this Renegades defense.
Yeah, and offensively, we just haven't done a great job in the kicking game. We talked again about the early missed extra point and the missed field goal. That's the 4 points that we're missing right now. Pistol doubles formation for the Rustlers.
Ball handed off to number 24, Kendrick Thomas.
And too many missed tackles.
Thomas picks up about 4. First contact was at about a yard.
Kendrick Thomas
Picked up another 9 feet on that play.
on the stop. Number
2nd and
28,
7.
Stevenson.
Call it 2nd and 6. From the Renegade 39-yard line. Rustlers are driving. Both teams
At the Renegade 39
still with some timeouts. Golden West with 2. Renegades all 3. I'd like to think that Coach Littlejohn is going to keep those in his pocket until he really needs them. Now we got a blitz coming. Burns under pressure, and his pass is complete. It's going to be good enough for the first down, but I tell you what, you couldn't have done a better job of defending that play, but still just snuck that pass in right there to number 88, Trey Nelson.
I'm very impressed with Burns. He's moving the pocket. He's not afraid to make the tough throws. This kid is playing very well, and he has his team in a position to really stress this thing out if we don't get a stop here in this next sequence of downs. Trips open set, now they're going to doubles. Back to trips. We call it trips because there's 3 receivers.
Triple.
On one side.
Another play action pass. It's time to Sarmiento.
Oh, great play.
And again, very close. Now we got a penalty.
Late fall
And
by Hackworth.
This is going to be a second penalty on Hackworth.
Oh my God! And if you're the line judge, you gotta say, did he trip on accident and fall on him? He wasn't trying to hit him.
Hackworth has his hands out.
On the play.
And it's definitely incidental. He's trying to get up, and they call a personal foul, late hit.
So it's going to be a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. So it was only picked up 2 yards on the play, but now the ball is going to be spotted at the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 Rustlers. 7:20 remaining in the game, and this is where Renegades fans, you really got to send good positive vibes out there to the defense, because they're going to be the keys to winning this ball game right here in this drive.
Yeah, and that's just a frustrating situation because it looked like he accidentally just fell on him as he's trying to get up. Nonetheless, another 15-yarder, and that's 30 yards of penalties on this drive.
Oh, Mitchell up the middle, leaps over his own line, brought down by Aaron Martinez.
One thing those penalties can do for defense, too, it just it deflates you. And now you're not playing with the same energy. You have to remind guys, has to be one guy out there that's reminding guys to keep the energy level up as they get closer to the red zone or inside the red zone.
Now check this out, Kenny. One of those inside backers that just came in from Martinez, number 40. Who's that? Jackson Provençal.
Jax, Lil Provençal, his dad is a legend in my book and many others.
So ball handed off. Oh, and a nice hit. Big open field tackle right there by number 28, David Stevenson. We talked about it last year, was a defensive player of the game.
David Stevenson.
And he came up with a big hit right there.
Yeah, that's a huge tackle.
Because that gives them now a 3rd and 9 rather than a potential 3rd and 4 or 5.
Right. Looks, and it puts them in more of a clear passing situation as they try to extend this lead, because 11 feels much better than 7 for them.
So now blitz coming. Burns gets the ball off, and the pass is going to be incomplete. So now there's an interesting situation. Ball spotted at the 15. This right now sets up to be about a 32-yard field goal, maybe 33 yards.
How about the defense bailing us out again, finding a way to get it done inside the red zone? I've bragged on our red zone defense before, looking pretty good tonight. If I could see some percentages of the red zone defense, I would say it's upward of 70, keeping them out of the end zone as many times as they've been down there.
So no matter what happens with this kick, we're still going to be within 1 score with 5:26 remaining in the game.
We can block it and be up, though.
Mancia. Hold. Kick. And it is good.
Boy, this kid's been kicking his tail off tonight. And they'll go up 7 with 5:22 left to play in this fourth quarter.
They'll go up 8, 27-19. 5:22 remaining in the game. We're going to take a quick timeout here and come back for the kickoff. Renegades are going to get the ball down 8 with a chance to tie the game here if they get it a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here on AM 1180, 96.1 FM, live streaming on GoGades.com.
Kicking off for the Rustlers, number 50, Jason Montero.
We're back here at Memorial Stadium
Back for the
for Bakersfield College Renegades football. Rob Chavez, the Hall of Famer, Kenny Calvin.
Wow.
5:22 remaining in the ball game. Renegades down 8. As they're going to be getting this kickoff. And that kicker, I don't know if he has a soccer shoe on or if he's barefoot. Either way, we got Jalen Hankins, and he's got a little bit of room, and he's not able to get past that one extra tackler. So he's going to get the ball to the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. And what's going to happen here on this drive, Kenny?
Well, I mean, you have to put these young quarterbacks, and I say young because Igoa hasn't had a lot of experience. Yes, he's a sophomore, but he hasn't had live game experience. So he's foot to the fire right now. You're trailing 8 points. We need touchdowns. Field goals don't get it right now, so you're going to have to take shots. 1st and 10 Gades.
Big pressure situation right here for Igoa with Smith in the backfield.
You got to get this play off with 10 seconds left on the play clock.
Changes the play. Smith comes up, gets the ball handed off to him, goes right up the middle, gets about 3 yards to the 33-yard line and bring up a 2nd and 7.
On the tackle, number 52, Josh Clark.
I laughed right there because that's a situation where Smith is already down and you get a late defender coming in and on top of him.
No flag.
No flag. That's the same thing that happened last time, except it was accident the last time. But let me be quiet. Empty set for the Renegades. 2nd and 6.
Igoa's pass going to be complete. That's number 2, Jacoby Pointer.
Igoa's pass complete to number 2, Samarian Birch to number 2, Jacoby
One thing I
Pointer.
do like about Igoa getting the opportunity to come back in, he's had to make some throws. Yeah, he had the interception.
It was a deep ball into the wind.
Yeah, deep ball into the wind. Statler had the interception. That wasn't necessarily his fault. So, you know, some things that they can use for success. But I tell you what, a game-tying touchdown and 2-point conversion to do wonders for a kid's confidence.
So that was a 1st down right there for Pointer. He's so excited he just can't hide it. Shout out to the Pointer sisters. So here we go, Igoa. Rolls to his right, and he's just going to throw it away. He's outside of the tackles.
Thank you.
And I'll tell you, look at they're really trying to buy a penalty here for grounding. He was way outside of the tackles.
Right.
So we got 2nd down, 2nd and 10 from the Renegade 43. 3:56 remaining in the game.
A little up-tempo with 3:56 to play.
So now we got empty set, 5 receivers for Igoa. They send 4. They get the ball to Richmond. Richmond stutter steps. He's going to push forward. He's going to be close to the first down. Depends on the spot. Looks like the spot on the Golden West side gets him there. And now we've got pushing and shoving. Richmond goes down, but there's no penalty.
Yeah, and of course, towards the end of a game, a lot of the mouthing starts. You have to get control of that.
So here we go. First down for Jalen Richmond as he pushes past.
And you hear the crowd booing because we're seeing all of these late pushes and guys getting pushed all over the place, yet there's no penalty.
So now the Renegades in Rustler territory. Coach Littlejohn trying to tell him to hurry it up. So now Igoa with pressure in his face. His pass is going to be incomplete. It was intended for Makai Smith. And I'll tell you, for the first time in a couple of seasons, we're starting to see this offensive line for the Renegades getting pushed back a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, last year the offensive line had a great season of maturity, finding themselves. It's early in the year. They're going to get better. Great job by Igoa getting rid of the football.
Got Eric De La Garza, Tyler Shelton on the right side. Passes off to Sundgren. Sundgren's going to pick up about 3 yards to the 39-yard line. So it'll bring up 3rd and 7. And Coach Littlejohn is going to elect to call a timeout as we got Coach Carl Dean that's going to come out there and start talking to the offense. 3:12 remaining in this ball game. 3rd and 7 coming up. Seeing what we've been seeing with a lot of pressure in the face of Vince Igoa. What are we looking at here?
Well, I like the quick screens and the crossing routes because as they send pressure and you get a kid like Sundgren on a crossing route, one missed tackle, nobody's catching him. So I like the concept, I like the route concepts and the quick releases of the quarterback right now because what you're doing with that, you're taking away the decision-making for him. You're not making it hard, you're making it easy. Quick reads, if this isn't there, get rid of it.
Now this is the other question too because we're now in this no man's land territory. 2 timeouts left for BC, but only just a little over 3 minutes to play in this game. Are we in 4-down territory right here?
Absolutely. You're not kicking it. Like, right, it's now or nothing.
So talking about that, one of the few things, if you've been tuning in to Coach Kenny Calvin, is that he said on these 3rd downs, if you know it's 4-down territory, you want a manageable 4th down. You'd rather have a 4th and 2, 4th and 3, maybe even a 4th and 1 instead of a 4th and 7.
Right. I mean, it's you don't want a 4th down at all, but if you're putting yourself in that situation, you want to get positive plays on 3rd down.
So now I go with the delayed handoff to Smith. Smith has some room. He's got a blocker. He's going to be up the sideline. He's hit out of bounds. First down for the Renegades as David Smith's helmet pops off. He's going to come off for a play, but that is a big play and a fantastic call by Coach Seth Dameron, who's right below us, and Coach Carl Dean out on the field directing the offense.
Yeah, that was an amazing call with that delayed draw. How about the left side of that offensive line? He had a full cavalry, and I'm so impressed with Smith.
Titus Yepes, but on top of that, Andres Alcaraz out there making a big block that springs another 6 yards for Smith. Hankins was in the game. I go passes it to Hankins. Hankins is going to have a little bit of room. He's going to make 2 moves. He's inside the 10-yard line, inside the 5, down at about the 3-yard line. First and goal, Renegades.
You're seeing some amazing play calling as they're taking advantage of an over-aggressive defense, and now we have it 1st and goal. We got to execute down here.
So now we've got, sounds like we got whistles on the play. Don't know if it's an injury timeout right there.
How about this offense finding a way with 2:18 to play, and the time is still running, so.
He didn't get out of bounds, I guess. Looked like he was tackled out of bounds. The ball's given to Hankins. Hankins going to dive towards the end zone. He's going to be just short. The linesman over here on this side of the field has him down inside the 1-yard line. 1:58 remaining. Looks like the clock is stopping with 1 minute and 58 seconds remaining. They stopped the clock because Hankins is injured on the play. Helmet popped off as well, too. He's hobbling. But knowing Hankins probably going to be back in the game, fantastic effort to be able to get inside the 1 yard line. But now we've got a timeout. We're going to keep it right here because this excitement is way too good. First game of the season, we couldn't have asked for anything more.
I mean, and this is where you want to, well, let me take that back. You don't want to be down 8. But early in the season, you want to see these kind of situations to know what you're made of.
So now we're just within 3 feet of being able to go down 2 and have an opportunity to tie with a 2-point conversion. And one of the things that I guarantee you, Coach Carl Dean is down there talking to Vince Igo is make sure you take care of the football. Coach Ken Chapman is down there, or he's actually up here, but he's saying protect this football. You got to make sure that with 3 plays to get in from 3 feet, you just got to push. So here we go, minute and 58.
Coach Chappie's down on the sideline, man. You know he ain't climbing all these stairs.
Yeah, there's Chap. Former Renegade, former Fresno State Bulldog.
The other KC.
Former athletic director at East Bakersfield High School. Now, looks like we've got Stadler in the game. And we push. Looks like he's, he has him down. Bubba Nettles maybe picks up 1 foot, maybe 2 feet.
This is the
Clock continues to run. So now we got a timeout on the field.
Timeout, Golden West.
Golden West is going to take that timeout.
I mean, you got to find a way to get this half a yard. I need my binoculars out because from where I'm standing, it's not much color.
Oh my gosh, not a whole lot of green in between the point of that football and that end zone line. So 3rd and goal, minute 50.
Wow. Talk about an opener.
Exciting football, Julian.
Shout out to our director, Dr. Julian Wilson.
He's speechless. I'll tell you what, he got them shades on. At night, man, I'll tell
my
you.
sunglasses at night.
Looking like Nile Rodgers over there, my man. Man, that's the reason why I'm not dripping a sweat up here is because Julian's so cool.
Because I am so cool. Red man voice.
I seen you bumping that last night.
What? All week. It was Red Man Week. You know, I'm back at Bakersfield High working with Kern High School District. Shout out to my security squad over there, my Sams. And I've just been reminiscing, man. I used to bump so much Red Man and Method Man. That's all I listened to all week on campus.
To dispose of your hot coals after tailgating each week.
All right, Renegades, 3rd and goal, less than a yard.
Statler in the game. Motion man Smith. The other Smith gets the handoff, and he's in for the touchdown. Renegades.
Welcome home, young Smith. Welcome home, young Smith. So now we trail 2. You got to go for 2. In this juncture, 1:47 to play. You definitely want to go for 2 and try to get it. If you don't get it, with 2 timeouts left, you still going to have to kick the onside. And what's happening down here?
There's a flag in the end zone. Now, it looks like the touchdowns might count, but we got to hope that there's not extracurricular after the play. I know that Coach Littlejohn was really frustrated, and now they're going to go talk to head coach Nick Mitchell over here to see whether or not we want to enforce this on the kickoff or on the extra point. You got to think, you got to back this guy up on the extra point, right?
After the touchdown.
So after the touchdown.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 8.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Number 8 offense.
Jalen Richmond.
Will be assessed on the PAT.
And that's
All
just a
right.
bonehead play by Richmond
Oh, man.
because that's 15 yards.
So this is going to be at the 18-yard line
Wow.
to go for 2.
talk about
Wow.
a horrible circumstance. We tie the game up, and you get a dead ball personal foul.
And, you know, you would like to think that all the coaches were running out on the field because they were excited, but they seen that Laundry hit the floor, and Coach Littlejohn was the first guy out there almost inside the numbers, wanting to know what happened.
And that's the question I have, because what happened, that's so strenuous, because do you really have to call that, and is it happening on both sides?
So that brings it up to 116 yards of total penalties for the Renegades. They're going to attempt this extra point. It's over the middle. The pass is incomplete. It was intended for Sundgren.
And that's a horrible circumstance. So now for the Renegades, you got to go ahead and get ready for your onside kick to try to get the ball back, to try to score 2 points.
So with two timeouts remaining, a minute and 47 seconds remaining in the game.
Penalties cost us this football game.
Are we looking at an onside kick right now?
You absolutely looking at an onside kick with 1:47 to play. It's just unfortunate, though, because I didn't see what happened. You hope that it's something that's serious enough to be called at that time, because that call affects the outcome of the football game.
So minute and 47 seconds remaining in the game. Want to give a shout out again to our BC sponsors, Carpet Outlet Plus, Valley Strong Credit Union, Barbich, Hooper, King, Dill, Hoffman, Cal State Bakersfield, Les Schwab Tires, Pepsi, Sully's, Executive Express Service, Hawken, Denton, and Palmquist, and Luigi's here on our season opener here at Memorial Stadium. Thanks once again, Dr. Jerry Flieger, new president here at Bakersfield College. Athletic Director, Mr. Reggie Bolton. And our man, Todd Hansen, Community Relations Guru.
Keith Ford,
Assistant Athletic Director. Analicia Croonquist, Lori Ambrose, both holding it down on the media side of things. We've got everything lined up right here for an onside kick. That is number 36, Jack Smith from Liberty High School. And here we go.
Oh,
and it's a line drive right to number 1, Noah Burdick. So what the Renegades are going to need is they're going to need a 3 and out here. 2 timeouts remaining. So if you got 25 seconds of a play clock right here, but each play lasting hopefully maybe only 5 seconds, it'll bring you down to a minute and 34 with third down. That'll run the clock down to just about a minute to go. But as soon as they get a first down, that could be it.
Yep. Right now, you're telling your guys tackle and strip. You know it's run coming. If they're smart, in the Rustlers.
So Nelson passes it, and he gets it out to the flat. And it's going to get down to about the 38-yard line. It's going to be 3 yards short, maybe to the 37, so 2 yards short. 2nd and 2. They call a timeout after 14 seconds run off the clock. When I looked over at the clock, it was a minute and 36 seconds when they made that tackle, so 6 extra seconds ran off before we got a timeout.
Yeah, but that gutsy call by the Rustlers pretty much wins the football game, as you expect them to be able to get a couple yards how they've ran the football. For the Renegades, you just got to bear down and go balls out to try to get a stop right here.
Want to also let all of our listeners know, and all of our viewers on the live stream as well too, if you look across the field, I don't know if we can get a shot of that, the tents, the umbrellas, the white umbrellas that are across from us, that is the President's VIP area. If anybody out there would like to rent that area out in future home games, we got 4 more home games here, and hopefully we're going to get a bowl game here as well this year, like we should have last year, the Patriotic Bowl. Nonetheless, if you want to rent that out, please log on to gogades.com. Check out the Bakersfield College Foundation for more ways to find out about how to rent that out. If you have any other questions, please call the athletic department at Bakersfield College. So here we go. Ball given out to Walker. Walker is trying to fight, and he's not going to gain a yard. Maybe he picks up 1 yard. So it's going to be third down. Clock stops at 1 minute and 23 seconds remaining. So it's going to be 3rd and 1. And so far, this is going to be the biggest third down of the season in the first game.
Yeah, I mean, but if you look at the scoreboard, you reflect on missed opportunities, missed PATs, missed field goals, and we will be up right now with them having to play the urgency game. So, again, we saw some things we can be proud of. We saw some things that can be corrected, and that's what happens in the first game of the season. The quarterback situation is definitely going to be a mystery as we go into week 2 because the guys got equal snaps and some success, some failures. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next week, no matter what the outcome is tonight.
A lot of what we've seen before we had Carson Woods last year.
Yep.
Well, we had a couple of quarterbacks that were playing. Typically what was happening is they were going until they got cold, and then we brought somebody else in. And we seen what happened with that and a relatively small and inexperienced offensive line. Didn't necessarily set up for a whole lot of offensive success. But over the last couple of years, Coach Richie Castro, Coach Dameron coming in last year, built up this offensive line. They've done a little bit of a better job. And again, like you said, things to build on. So here we go, third down. Ball's handed off up the middle, and that's going to be good enough for the first down, and I think that is just going to do it right there. 1 minute and 17 seconds. The clock's going to stop just to move the chains. All the rustlers are going to have to do is kneel on the football, but hopefully they don't have rustlers on. Otherwise, they're going to get some holes in their knees.
So, with that being said, partner, we got a minute left. Let's talk about
Hall of Fame. You said we were going to bring somebody up, right?
Well, no, we talked about Hall of Fame. We got an amazing class going, 76 football team, Phil Dumontre, Kathy Wilson, Louis Wright, myself, David Manning. But with tonight's contest, leaving 2 points on the board is definitely frustrating. And that's going to be a delayed game, which will just back them up. But the clock will run once the ball is placed.
Delay of game, offense.
But again,
5-yard penalty. Clock will start on the snap.
We'll have a different scenario for our road games. We'll be doing those down at AGM. Shout out to our man Steve Nicholas in the studio who's helped us out all night. I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen with this quarterback situation. A lot of things to be proud of. A few things that need to be fixed. But from a player of the game standpoint, how you feeling, partner? I know David Smith had an amazing game. He played very well.
David Smith played really well. Our kickoff specialist, Jack Smith, played really well.
Smith brothers put in work tonight.
We had Will Cannavalav, Aaron Martinez, Julian Smith down there making some tackles. Even late in the game, Jalen Hankins did an amazing job to be able to get us in position to possibly tie the football game. But, I mean, if I've really got to be able to put it, in perspective, that defensive line for Bakersfield College really kept them in the ball game because there was a lot of times in which we were giving them the ball right back.
Right.
And they had the opportunity to be able to put off some drives that would have really made this game unreachable.
Absolutely. I agree. Because we definitely had an opportunity to win based on how we played defense late and keeping them from getting in. We had the you can call it a goal line stance because it's 5 yards inside the 5 and they don't score. That's a stance. And then you had a situation where they had the missed field goal on that opportunity. You had the interception on defense. So I'll give it to the defense as a whole, keeping us in the game. Giving us the opportunity to win late. We just didn't execute, and the bonehead play by Richmond took us out of the opportunity to tie the football game. You just can't do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us for the playing of our
Correct. So we're going to take a quick timeout. We're going to have a little bit of post-game action here on current AM 1180, 96.1 FM. and live streaming on GoGades.com as the Bakersfield College Renegades fall in their home season opener 27-25 to the Golden West Rustlers. And we're going to be right back here with some post-game action. Welcome back, Renegades fans. Post-game show here from the Dameron deck at beautiful and iconic Bakersfield College Memorial Stadium. Rob Chavez. And the new Hall of Famer, Kenny Calvin, he was flipping through our program over here, had a chance to see the commemorative photos and collages to Coach Bowser and Coach Collis, who both were honored before the game, both of their families down being recognized. And one of those iconic photos was coming down from the Dr. Romain Cleroux field house and onto the field here at Bakersfield College Memorial Stadium. What game was that before?
That was our Potato Bowl championship against Long Beach. Me and Hernan Santiago walking down on the shoulders of Coach Bowser, man. Emotional times. The heel is no longer here. That's what makes that photo so iconic. I actually started that game at free safety. It was my first time ever playing free safety, and I started the game, and it was an amazing game, you know, in my first championship. Beautiful photo and a lot of memories.
So getting back into this game here, Kenny, and thanks for sharing all these memories of Coach Bowser. And, you know, we're always going to tap in to the wealth of knowledge that you have here of local high school and college football here at Memorial Stadium. But talking about what happened here tonight is that we see that the Bakersfield College Renegades are here, and they're going to be a very successful football team this season, even though they dropped this season opener here to a very good Golden West team.
I mean, all offseason we were told that this is going to be the best team we're going to face all year. If that's the best team that we're going to face all year, I have to like our chances on the season, because we had an opportunity to beat these guys. Again, we leave some points on the board in the kicking game, and I keep touching on that because I had highlighted this show with saying that kicking is the hardest position to play in football. And if you disagree, I'm betting that you probably never played football or didn't play very well, because without a good kicker, you're going to put yourself in a tough position to win football games, and that's what happened tonight by missing the PAT and missing the field goal. No matter what else happened, we lost by 2 points. We left 4 points on the board that were free money.
Yeah, and we're taking a look back at these at the overall stats. The time of possession battle there was pretty much even. 33 minutes, 32 and a half minutes for Golden West, 27 and a half minutes for the Renegades. Renegades got off 5 less plays than Golden West. Overall, the offense for Golden West, 297 yards, almost exactly what they had last year, 296 yards. 249 yards, though, for the Renegades, which is about 50 yards better than what they had last year. Third down efficiency was a little bit better. But what we were talking about in the break, not only did you bring up the fact that we had some kicking miscues here, but the penalties.
Oh, yeah,
the turnovers.
Yeah.
You know, we lost the turnover battle, 2 interceptions, and a fumble loss, all on the quarterbacks. Again, we talked about the inconsistency, trading, out Statler with Igoa, went back to Igoa late in the game when the offense started to roll.
And then went back to Statler.
And then, so we're going to see whether or not this is going to be something that is the regular for the remainder of the season, or if we're going to actually stick to one person.
Yeah, and, it's a lot of things that we can be proud of. I'm going to keep saying that. But it's hard to digest that when you lose an opener in front of a beautiful crowd, too. It was a beautiful crowd. We had a nice crowd here, considering how hot it's been this week in the early start. But, again, those penalties, as you talk about those, that just chaps my hide, as they said on that old show. Because dead ball, unsportsmanlike penalties, we outnumbered them hugely. That's like 45 yards in penalties that we gave them on 3 calls. A couple were kind of questionable, but, I didn't see what happened on the last play in that end zone. You would hope that officials don't call stuff like that, but it's not the official's fault if you did something wrong.
Right. 11 penalties, 116 yards. Anything really over 100 yards, I mean, that's old school Raider football right
Man,
there.
you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just about to say, man, that's old school Raider football. The difference is we'd have 100 yards in penalties and we hitting people in the mouth. We don't got Lester Hayes out here. No more, right? So you can't do that. And, I've always talked about, I played for Coach Chudy. He was my position coach. I worked under him as a assistant coach. He talked about being a 97 percentile guy. When I talk about football, I talk about that because you have to be the kind of player that if you're going to make a mistake, that better be it, a mistake, to where you can grade out at 97% when we go back to watching film. I saw some 67 percentile guys when it comes to missed tackles, extracurricular stuff after the whistle. It's just I saw some plays where it looked like guys closed their eyes and dove like we used to do when we were playing Jack Frost and you didn't really want to hit somebody. You just close your eyes and hope you hit somebody. I saw that like 3 times, and it reminds me of undisciplined football, and you're being taught better than that up here.
Right. And, again, things to build off of from week 1 going into week 2. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to take a short timeout, talk about the next game that we've got coming up here against Long Beach. We're going to be traveling, and then the next time we're here back at Memorial Stadium, it will be in 3 weeks. So we'll take a quick timeout, come back for another short segment, wrap it up here from the Dameron deck at beautiful and iconic Memorial Stadium here at Bakersfield College, where the Renegades fall in their season opener here at home, 27-25 to Golden West. We'll be right back here on AM 1180, 96.1 FM, and GoGades.com. All right, and we're going to be wrapping this thing up here at Bakersfield College Memorial Stadium, the post-game show where the Renegades have lost their home opener to Golden West, a very good Golden West Rustler team, 27-25. And as we look down on the field at about the 23-yard line, Coach Littlejohn talking to the Dean of Local Sports, Greg Kerr, our man, probably giving him a synopsis of what really happened. Also, his man Miles is down there too talking to him, but he's probably, again, breaking down what we were talking about and how we're going to get back on the winning side of things as we're going to go down to Long Beach. I know we're not. The team is, and we're going to be doing something like we did a couple of times last year, and that is being at the studio.
Man, I love being live in the studio because it's different for us. It gives us the experience in working in the studio away from the audience. You have to focus on your professionalism and delivery without the excitement of the game right in front of you. I just looked at the memories of our experience in the studio a couple of weeks ago. So I'm looking forward to it, and it gives us opportunity to support our sponsors who give us the opportunity to do this dream work that we do. I got goosebumps as I said that, Renegade Rob and Dr. J, because this is a dream come true.
It's awesome
for me. Before I was a player for a football team, I used to emulate people like the great Renegade and driller Frank Gifford, Howard Cosell, Pat Summerall, John Madden.
Howard Cosell.
One of my aliases is Kenny Cosell. So to be able to do what we do and provide support to our Renegades while our sponsors support us is a dream come true, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Shout out to my man Gio, too. This is Gio's first season. One of our amazing media specialists. Spell Go Media.
So if you're going to talk about Howard Cosell, you're going to have to make sure that you talk just like him. And if you're going to bring in Pat Summerall, talk really low. But anyhow, at Long Beach next week, the following week, San Bernardino Valley. We're back here at Memorial Stadium on September 28th against Antelope Valley College. It's going to be Educators Night, so all educators are going to be encouraged to come here. You get in for free. All my fellow teachers, my fellow educators, also now
classified. Classified.
Exactly. You bring that Kern High School District, that Fairfax, Bakersfield City School District ID. You do what you got to do to be able to make it out here. You get in for free. And all high schools, football teams, cheerleading squads, volleyball teams, all of you guys come together as a school, and you're going to have a certain section in the crowd, and you're going to have a certain cheering section. Wear your school colors out at that game, and we're going to try to work on getting you guys some swag. So the loudest, the most amount of people, all that stuff, come out. We want you guys to see, all of you high school athletes, all of you high school cheerleaders, come out and take a look what life is like here at Bakersfield College. Get a little preview of what life could be like here up on Harvard at the Hill.
Absolutely. I mean, and a couple of things I want to talk about. First of all, make sure you guys are checking out our Bakersfield College Athletics YouTube page. A lot of our old content's been uploaded, and we're going to start seeing some more replays of our games. That's the main thing I want to talk about. Second thing I want to talk about is something I haven't talked about all night. One of my favorite traditions to do in previous years that I no longer have the opportunity to do is stop and talk to my mom after games. I would usually leave from the stadium and stop in my east side neighborhood over there around California Park, Martin Luther King Park. My mom passed away in July, and I want to make sure and highlight her because she was one of my greatest supporters and would always tell me how we did on our broadcast. So I know she's listening up in the stars. Renelle Marie, we miss you.
Kenny, I wanted to be able to make sure that you got in that because moms are special. Both of us have had young moms. I'm lucky enough to have my mom staying with me over the weekend, and it's definitely a blessing. So, again, condolences from everybody here on our team, from Bakersfield College. And, hey, we're gonna make sure that not only Coach Collins, Coach Bowser is going to have this season dedicated to them, but to your moms as well, too.
Absolutely.
So
we will shine on in their memory.
We will be returning back next Saturday, 6 o'clock. We're going to have our pregame show starting at 5:40 as we set to take on the Long Beach City College down in Long Beach. So if you guys are going to travel, make sure you guys give yourself plenty of time to be able to get down there to Long Beach City. If not, you guys can always tune in right here on Kern, AM 1180, FM 96.1, live streaming on GoGades.com. Want to give one final shout out to all of our sponsors. Carpet Outlet Plus. Tomorrow is Sunday, and it's a sale day. Just remember that.
It's a sale day.
Valley Strong Credit Union, not open tomorrow, but they're open on Monday, so get yourself some credit. Barbich, Hooper, King, Dill, and Hoffman. There's 5 names right there, so 5 people you can go talk to. Cal State Bakersfield, Roadrunners. Les Schwab Tires. Go get you some new shoes on those, on that car of yours. Don't be sliding around. Rain season's coming up here pretty soon. Don't need ball tires all over these Bakersfield streets. Pepsi, Sully's. Go get you a soda and a tank of gas. Executive Express Service, Hockin, Denton, and Palmquist. And, of course, Luigi's. Best lunch in town, best deli in town. Go get yourself some truffles, a steak, some ribs, red and white, and go say hi to Gino Valpredo over there. My name is Rob Chavez. This is Kenny Calvin alongside Julian Wilson saying good night from Bakersfield Memorial Stadium as the Renegades fall 27-25 to the Golden West Rustlers. Good night, everybody.
Bakersfield College Athletics thanks you for watching this broadcast. For more BC Athletics sports videos, highlights, and replays, subscribe to Bakersfield College Athletics on YouTube. And for news, live broadcasts, and schedule information across all our sports, visit GoGades.com.